Okay, welcome to Jar Jar Court, Defamation and Dismemberment. Just as a quick, wild announcement that I never thought that I would make for a thing, we made a Patreon for this. So if you want more of this and weird things to fill out the lore that we've spent an aggressive amount of time building, and there's way more of it than there should be, check it out. Patreon.com/Jar Jar Court. But now, for the thing you actually came here for, watching a bunch of Star Wars people die. Let's do introductions.
Yeah, I am Louise. I am playing Brian Chad, ex-frat boy turned BuzzFeed quiz generator. Thinks that he is doing groundbreaking work here. My totally true Star Wars fact for Brian today is that Brian actually wanted to be a business major. But then one time, he got real messed up at his frat and accidentally changed his major 2 years into being a business major. And just committed to it. So now he's in journalism.
Really committed to the bit there.
He committed to the bit.
Yeah, Brian is the CEO
True
of the
Jar
bit.
Jar Court fashion.
Alright, so I'm Bobby. I'm playing defense attorney, the only lawyer in Star Wars. He killed the others. My completely true Star Wars fact for him is that the entire time he has been working for Rey Star Wars, he has been trying to tell her that he is her father. He's been doing it by just writing her really long notes that she will not read. So the entire office knows, but her.
Oh, me. Oh, great, it's me next. Hi, I'm Florian. I'm playing Lorne Killian, aka Intern, Rey Star Wars' personal assistant, who is not an intern, but no one really knows her real name. My Star Wars fact is that Lorne is a really big fan of Jem Sexton. He's like a really famous jizz musician, and she's just a really big fan of him.
I'm gonna kill you, Florian.
Alrighty, I'm playing Mine Drader. He is me, little boy detective over here. He is very into the art of journalism and thinks it should be respected and sanctified, and he thinks a lot of the people in the office are not respecting it in the same way that he is. He would like to bring some respect back to the art. Yeah, and he's an enchantment wizard, and he has a lot of spells that could, like, make him read minds, but he does not use them. That will defeat the purpose of journalism. But my fun Star Wars fact is mine has, never been to a party. He doesn't think they're real. He thinks there's something that's only, like, in TVs and movies. Also, wait, check the fit, jorts.
Oh, no!
No, not jorts, anything but jorts.
Oh, God. The jorts of a man who's never been to a party.
I have a second Star Wars fact. Brian hates this guy.
Fair enough.
That's it.
Oh, good.
Fuck you.
I'm Robin. I'm playing Nova Solana, who's one of the only photographers at this firm, so she's pretty fucking overworked. She's real tired. And my Star Wars fact is that I usually Google the names of characters before I use them, but I fucked up and forgot to, and I Googled it right before the stream. It's the name of an NFT platform. So, cheers.
No.
Yes, Nabooian Force tokens as canon of Jar Jar dictates.
I forgot about that.
God. I never can. I'm Sydney. I am going to be your dungeon master, your copy editor, and your worst nightmare. And my Star Wars fact for today is I'm gonna tell you guys about a fun little mechanic that we're gonna have in this game. And this mechanic is called stress, which, if you're familiar with Call of Cthulhu, it's basically that, but backwards. So they're trying to avoid increasing their stress up to a level of 100. And considering the fact that they're office workers, they're going to have a challenge with this. So whenever anything happens to them that is particularly stressful, I'll assign it a dice value based on, either a D4 if it's something not super bad, or if it's a D12 and they're like about to get killed by Palpatine or something. That would never happen anyway. So they'll have to try to roll higher than their stress score, or suffer consequences. And so some characters might have small breakdowns in which some random events will happen based on a table that I've made, or if they reach a full max level of 100 stress, they have a complete breakdown and they can't play anymore. So that will be kind of running in the background. Oh, and I'm also wielding, as is customary, the official weapon / symbol of Jar Jar Court, the Jar Jar Binks cane sword. Courtesy of Goblin Welder on Twitch, who I think is in this chat. Go follow Goblin Welder on Twitch because he made me this fucking Jar Jar Binks cane sword.
It's cool.
And yeah.
Cool. My name is Ray. I will be playing Ray Stayr-Waiures, the CEO of this here journalism company who does not know what sex is. People have tried to explain it to her. She does not know. She's very stupid, so her sanity stress score goes off of charisma. Ray Stayr-Waiures' completely canon Star Wars fact is that she bought herself and the intern tickets to see the Jim Sexton and Alila tour because she's a really big fan of Spick Pop. And Alila's her idol. So they're gonna go see the concert together.
Hi, my name is Lane. I'm playing Vita Eckelberg, who is one of the head journalists, and just the opposite end of the spectrum of girl boss that Ray Stayr-Waiures is. She will kill you to get her articles in the paper. She's not a nice person. She's very mean to everyone, and she's very two-faced and very pretentious. This is going to be fun. My Star Wars fact, my completely real Star Wars fact about Vita is that she sees most people as a threat to her career. And one of the things that she's done to try and take out the threats is she will, like, constantly try and get the coffee shops to mess up the intern's orders. So when the intern is like, hey, can you not put any dairy in this because it'll make my stomach hurt? She'll change that so it's like whole milk. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
To the intern? The poor intern?
We've discussed this. We hate each other in this game.
That poor woman.
Oh no.
Ray Stayr-Waiures doesn't hate any of you. She's too stupid for that.
My
Vita's
God.
company. She refuses to not get paid.
Okay. Are we ready to play some Star Wars? Maybe?
What?
Yeah.
We're gonna find out. Jar Jar Court, Defamation and Dismemberment. A crawl goes up stars. Following the events of Jar Jar's Pizzeria, an anonymous tip is on its way to the offices of one Ray Stayr-Waiures, alleging that Governor Jar Jar Binks Palpatine has been soulless for the past 18 years without the knowledge of his now husband, Emperor Palpatine. After the galaxy-wide success of their previous article, Jar Jar Fucks, the update would be the story of the century for That's So Star Wars magazine. Unfortunately, Emperor Palpatine has other plans. We open on the offices of That's So Star Wars magazine as everyone is starting to come back from their lunch breaks. Except for, I'm assuming, intern, who likely did not get one. So, intern, you've had the office to yourself for the last, half an hour. What are you up to?
The intern is filing Ray Stayr-Waiures' taxes, by which I mean she's committing active tax evasion.
Amazing.
The intern is, just the most tired, exhausted-looking person you've ever met. She has a standing desk, because if she sat down, her legs would collapse in on her. She's a Mirialan, meaning that she's got yellow skin and her face is covered in little diamond tattoos that represent that she's mastered a skill. She doesn't have that many because she spent her entire life as a personal assistant.
R.I.P. Coming back next into the office would probably be the diligent mind raider.
So I'm walking in, I've been thinking the entire time about our previous article, and I think we've made a lot of mistakes. I think we're becoming no better than sort of like the everyday drugstore tabloid, and we really need to just kind of up our game and really get back to like the truth of journalism. And I'm gonna just go sit down on my desk and think about that.
Yeah, I would say, as you're thinking about this, your boss shows up.
Yeah, Ray Stars is thinking up fun new little anecdotes she can put in other people's articles in the paper. She does not read them, she just adds her own little quotes on the side. So she's thinking up fun little anecdotes as she walks into the office. She walks into the office alone, by the way. She's not with anyone. No one went to lunch with Ray Stars. Ray Stars just did that on her own. And yeah, she kind of just walks in and goes and sits by the intern and is just like, "What you doing?"
Oh, Miss Star Wars, I'm just merely taking care of your taxes right now.
What's taxes?
It's that stuff that we don't pay.
Oh, right. Do we pay for anything, though?
Not particularly.
Good to know. Do you know if we have any more of those, like, cookies you bought last week? Or did we run out of those?
I'll have to take a stock intake because I'm not exactly sure, but if you do wish, I can go and check the cupboards right now so that you don't have to, because of course, why would you have to do any work?
Yeah.
The intern's gonna see if there's any cookies in the cupboard.
Thank you.
It's my job.
Fuck it. First roll of the night. Make me an investigation check and see if you can find any cookies.
Oh, great. Okay.
Because we're very serious.
That fell on the
Star Wars
floor.
stream.
How many times have you done that?
18 plus 6. So that's
Holy
a
shit,
24.
okay. I feel like that makes sense. You know this office pretty well. You know exactly where the cookies are. And you're able to find them. Though you see that there are definitely not enough for everyone in the office, but there's at least like 3 cookies in there.
Okay. Intern takes them down and goes,
I put
Miss
my
Star
hand
Wars, I
out for a
found them."
cookie, like, just
Okay.
like, as you're passing, I'm
my
like, give me a
God.
cookie, give me a cookie.
The intern very begrudgingly passes one to mine.
Grab
Grab your
your hands.
hands.
Gabby, just
Please, I'm a starving little boy. I need cookies.
I would just like a cookie,
no,
please.
little German boy, don't get
The
into
intern desperately trying to shield the rest so that she can get them back to Ray Star Wars. It's like, Miss Star Wars, I've acquired them.
I think
There aren't many.
as soon as you're going over with those cookies, one Brian Chad wanders in.
So, Brian actually did not get back from his lunch break. He just showed up to work. He is visibly wearing sunglasses, and he walks right in, and he, like, elbows the intern in kind of the way that, like, frat boys do when they're, like, remembering that they used to be football players. And he goes over and grabs the cookie right out of mine's hand and takes a bite out of it. And he goes, "You know what? Last night was wild, dude. You should totally come next time." And just, like, pats him on the head, but, like, very, like, a lot harder than he needed to.
Mine does not respond.
Brian
Okay.
blows a little kiss and then goes sits down at his desk.
Next up is diligent employee Vita.
Vita is a very well put together person. She wears kind of a suit jacket. Her hair is always back and tied up in some sort of way. Usually has on some sort of tie or bow tie, button up, nice pants. She's red hair. Her makeup's just like, she looks very professional. She prides herself in looking professional all the time. And so she walks on in and she's holding a notebook in one hand. She's pen behind her ear. She has a laptop bag in her other hand, and she's walking. She's kind of struts in, and she looks at everybody, and she makes eye contact with Brian, and she just goes, "Happy to see you here. Anyway, has anyone seen Nova? I need photos for my next article. Also, Ray, I have been working on the next set of storylines coming through. Do we have anything new? Because I'm already halfway done with most of them, and I know, like, you gave me 8, but I can probably do 12. I can pick up the pace here, don't worry."
Dog on the sidewalk? I thought that was pretty exciting. Maybe you could write something about that.
I could probably start something and hand it over to the BuzzFeed section. Probably could falling under the category of, cute things, fluff pieces, all like that. We can absolutely throw some more fluff pieces out there. But I did want to talk to you that we do need to work on some more whole
very
things.
important.
Oh, the dog is important. I'm not saying it's not, Miss Star Wars. I'm just saying that I can start something and then hand it over to the fluff piece articles. You put me in charge of a lot of different things. I just want to
The
make
dog
sure.
is so important,
Yeah.
Ray. BuzzFeed will take your dog seriously.
Hey, I take the dog seriously. I'm saying that I'm starting the work because I have to start all your essays. Because when have you ever started an article when you were assigned it? I've had to write most of them for you and then hand it over.
You can start anything for me, homegirl.
Appreciate it.
Having probably even just sensed the conversation between the intern and Ray about, the tax evasion and all that stuff, the defense attorney makes their way into the
His
office.
spider senses were
Yeah, he heard someone might be breaking the law and had to get in on that. So he walks in looking unimpressed and very bored, as he normally does, with everything that's happening. He does not give a shit about that dog you guys have been talking about. And in his hand is a letter that's probably like that thick. He's gonna walk directly up to Ray and hand it to her, and then just stand there with his hands behind his back, looking very polite. Not say anything to her.
Just turns to the intern and goes, can you tell me if this is important?
Oh, yes, of course, Miss Star Wars.
Thank you.
The intern's gonna read it.
What does intern find in that letter?
Oh god. Just basically talking about how much he loves her and cares about her, and, he's like, I'm your father, I'm so sorry that your mother killed my brother when it was me 20 years ago. And basically just lays out the entire thing that's happened in the past, 20 years.
Right, Star Wars is looking at the intern, seeing if there's anything important.
The intern looks up and goes, no, it doesn't seem like there's anything really important in here, and crumples up the letter and throws it into the bin.
Brian yells Kobe when the intern tosses it.
Does it make it?
Dexterity check.
Dexterity check?
Dexterity check.
I'm playing a rogue. That's an 8.
It was a good effort. It lands a good foot away from the trash can.
Vita walks over.
You tried your hardest.
Vita walks over to the paper, picks it up very passive aggressively, looks at the intern and puts it in the trash can and just goes, honestly, I have to do everything around here.
Donked, and then he goes back to whatever he was doing. Which is nothing.
One person who is also in the office with you, your final employee, didn't leave for lunch at all, and has in fact just been kind of happily over in the corner working away at some puzzles, and you see Doug Wordle, the office's fax machine, cappuccino machine, and creator of the magazine's puzzle section. Doug Wordle goes around. He's like, does anyone want coffee? Anyone?
Brian hits him right in the back like this and goes, "Hop me one of those cappuccinos." Okay.
And
I am going to try to send a fax. I will try to fax him at the same time because I'm a busy man.
Oh, it's not a paper jam.
The intern has already drank about 5 coffees from Doug.
Against Weiner over here. To see if he can make the coffee before Minor can fax something.
For mine/Weiner, you're probably trying to be dexterous, and Brian is probably trying to do strength. So I'll do dex save for mine and strength check for Brian.
It is a 12, actually. He did not do very
I
well.
got a natural 20.
Oh my god!
For faxing.
Natural 20 facts, baby.
I'm feeling that this is not the first time that this has happened to you, mine. And you see Brian coming from a mile away, and you're just fucking like, you can fax better than anyone in the galaxy. Mine's just ducks right under where you're trying to get your coffee, and it's definitely a bit annoying. I will say that you will note that Nova left kind of earlier. She got sent out on an assignment to get a story a couple hours before, and did not come back either before lunch or now. And we're actually gonna jump over to Nova's spaceship. And I would like you to make me a dexterity saving throw, Nova.
Great. Oh, I have wonderful dex. Oh, okay, that's not bad. What, saving throw? So 17.
Nova, you are having a bad day.
I would say so.
You are behind the wheel. These are wheels in the spaceship. You're piloting.
Whatever.
Your little individual fucking, like, they give you the little rinky-dink spaceship where you go and you fly around and you get your articles and
It's the
you
company
take your
car.
pictures. But you've gotten yourself a little in over your head. And in pursuit behind you is a very large Imperial ship. And as you are flying, you're able fairly well, they're shooting at you. They're definitely firing on you. But,
Great.
you're able to evade them. Is there anything in particular that you're trying to do to shake this tail that is trying to follow you back to wherever you are heading?
I'm just hoping that this rinky-dink shitty company car is small enough that maybe they'll lose sight of me if I just...
Absolutely.
Ever seen.
You start passing through an area where, we'll with fuck it, Star Wars fashion, there's an asteroid belt. And I'll have you make me a very convenient asteroid belt that's right on the way, as there always tends to be. I'll have you roll me a stealth check.
I have a horrible feeling I'm gonna beef this.
Uh-oh.
Don't say that.
You just don't.
I believe in you.
Just roll.
I believe in you.
15 is something.
Okay. I would say you definitely have this like tiny little, like we said, yeah, it's a company car. And this giant ass Imperial ship is not, it's meant to track ships that are better than yours. And so yours is just like low tech and fast and zippy enough that you're able to kind of, and pretty much be like gone into this asteroid field. And you see the Imperial ship off in the distance kind of stop for a second, and you aren't quite sure whether they saw you go in or not, but then they keep going, trying to follow the direction that they think that you were heading.
I'm gonna try and take the whatever the opposite way the Imperial ship was going, kind of come back around to the office.
Absolutely. For the rest of the office, as you all have been talking about
William Dafoe spotted.
Oh my God, William Dafoe!
Oh my God.
Guys.
Best appearance.
Oh my God, it's William Dafoe. I loved you in the Jar Jar movie. As you all are having this argument about which of you should write the article about the dog that Rey Star-Waiures saw outside, your photographer burst through the door looking very distressed.
More distressed than usual.
No.
Brian does finger guns at her and goes, looking good. And then he doesn't care.
Vita, not even like looking up from her paperwork that she's at, she just like kind of hears the door open and goes, "Oh, Nova, darling, thank goodness you're here. Do you have the photo on that new up and coming badminton celebrity? I think
I've got something a little more important, Vita. I think I've got something a little more
than the
important.
badminton article.
More important than the
They
dog?
love it.
The intern's given the
absolutely.
final cookie to Nova because she looks like she needs it.
I'm just holding it and gesturing with it. I'm not eating it. Sydney has just sent me a long-ass paragraph to read.
I did.
Which I haven't practiced, so if I fuck it up. Sorry.
It's the anonymous, yeah. You would know that you received an anonymous tip today while you were out working that made you drop everything. So go follow your heart.
I'm gonna read this whole thing. I received a tip today that Governor Jar Jar has been soulless since the destruction of New Centric 18 years ago. He has a secret son who he hid from Palpatine accidentally, maybe, who has now surfaced under the name of Elisa Palpatine. Jar Jar evidently never truly loved his now husband, the Emperor, and most importantly, should have never been governor in the state. Today, the Emperor and his allies killed thousands of my siblings, but I refuse to let this secret die with us. I saw your story, Jar Jar fucks, and I know that your paper is the only one that can be trusted to get this information out. As long as you're subtle, you should be fine. However, if you give yourselves away to the Emperor, I fear that your paper will be dead in the water on Coruscant. If this happens, your best bet is probably to deliver the information to Naboo and broadcast it manually from the Theed's central computer as an emergency broadcast to every citizen on the planet. It's truly the story of the century. The people deserve to know. Help me, Ray Star Wars. You're my only hope. Anonymous.
Fuck you, Sydney.
I'm gonna say Nova read that all in one breath and like looks like she's about to pass out.
Brian goes, been there.
Shaking at the thought of an actual good article that she
No,
can write.
no, we can't publish that. We can't publish that. That's defamation. That's slander.
We have to.
Oh
Oh
my
my
God,
god!
how?
What's always going on about how
We have like a whole.
journalism is always destroyed, and we can't ever. The art of journalism is dying at the hands of the company. That's what our chance to make
Yeah,
it
shut the
good
fuck up.
again.
You're gonna get
Listen,
killed by the Emperor.
Secret son,
You know him.
stressed out, doesn't actually love his partner. I've been there. I feel for Jar Jar. Okay? We need
Jar
to.
Jar doesn't have
We
a
need
soul.
to get
We
this.
need to publish this. This is genius.
No,
Minor details. Minor details. Shut the.
I do
Shut
feel
the
like
fuck
this
up,
could be an
Whiner.
opportunity to actually sell papers. I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but we do not make much money.
I'm getting my article out there.
We don't?
Well, you have lots
are
of
we not
money, Miss
doing?
Star Wars. You have tons of money. It's nothing you need to worry about.
you make tons of money. Your employees don't. It's fine.
Vita is done with these people sitting here and arguing. She gets up and just goes to her desk and starts writing.
The intern is like
Okay.
forcing Nova to sit down because she's like, "You look absolutely horrible, my dear. You really need to
I
rest."
still just have the cookie and I'm still like shaking.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say I should have.
Eats that one too.
Oh no. I should have done this before. Nova, roll me a stress check, please.
Yeah, probably. What?
I meant
do I
to do
roll
that
again?
before.
Where
Percentile,
roll
and
again?
you have to try to roll higher than your stress number.
71.
What'd you
So it's above my-
71? So you're fine. Yeah, you're somehow, you know what? You're holding it together in the weird way that like when you kind of like you're on this thread and you're like maxed out to the point where like just the fact that you're constantly stressed at like an even level is the only thing that's keeping you from like snapping, you know? You're on
One
that
more
kind of
thing and
energy.
she's gonna snap.
Yes.
What is Vita writing on? Like, is she writing by hand or on a computer?
She's typing.
Can I try to take her computer then?
She's a barbarian. I want to remind you that.
Perfect. He's gonna fail this.
You got 22?
Oh my god.
15, so yeah. No.
Yeah,
take
you
the
see
laptop from
Vita
her.
open up her laptop and you just snatch it right out of her hands.
Cool, she pulls out a notebook and starts writing it like by hand now.
I hate Vita.
Little do they know about my secret third vape.
Can
God.
Brian grab the pen?
Yeah,
I will fight you
Opposed
for it.
dexterity.
Why does Brian want the
Opposed
pen?
dexterity.
We're down to PvP again.
Brian's
Somehow.
gonna fucking take the pen and think it's a vape.
I mean,
Well,
vape
okay,
pens
because
look like
canonically-
pens.
We did canonically establish that vape pens just look like regular
Wait,
pens.
wait, do regular pens look like vape pens?
Wait, regular pens look like vape pens. Regular pens look like vape pens.
What did you get, Lou?
17.
I also got a 17, but plus my plus 3, it's a 20. She takes her notebook and she baps him on the head and then goes back to writing.
Brian goes, well, damn, shorty, and then he walks away.
Defense attorney, do you do anything with the laptop?
He breaks it. You cannot write that article. You're gonna
No
get
fight
killed
in
if
the
you try.
office.
Mine holds his notebook like a little
Miss-
closer to his
Oh,
chest.
Miss Star Wars, I would just like to point out that he did just break
it.
company property. That's not my personal laptop. That was a company laptop.
Fucking
Am I
sue me. I'm
either?
the only lawyer. What are you gonna do?
We'll buy your computer, I think. Intern.
Yes.
Do they buy the computers?
Well, technically you buy the computers because it's all your money.
Oh. Okay.
But I do believe that that comes out of what would be our paychecks.
As this is all going on, all the lights in the office go out.
Damn it.
Great.
You hear the whir of a fax machine.
You hear the door.
As the paper,
The dog with scurvy.
you hear the whir of a fax machine as all the lights in the office go out and something begins to print from Doug Wardle.
Ray Star Wars will walk over to Doug Wardle, take the whatever was just faxed out, look at it for a minute, go, I can't read, and hand it to the intern.
Great. The
Can
intern
Brian
reads
have it?
out loud what's on it.
No.
So what is on the paper? You see at the top, there's an official seal of the Empire, and below that is typed Coruscant Planetary Jar Jar Court. Subpoena. This is an official notice from the Emperor that the following persons must report to the Emperor's courthouse on Coruscant without delay or face imminent enforcement. Ray Star-Waiures, Defense Attorney, Vita Eckelberg, Doug Wordle, Brian Chad, Nova Selena, Minor Drider, and Intern. If you do not comply, we will be forced to escalate matters. And at the bottom, there's a signature from Emperor Sheev Palpatine.
It's not even
Brian
my name.
goes sick.
He
I don't
didn't
know
even.
things about the Emperor, and then he
It's
winks.
not even my name.
I tried to tell y'all.
Vita's gonna go over to like some kind of file cabinet and try and see if she can find tape recorders to give to everybody to have in their pockets, constantly recording, taking notes of what's
Oh my
happening.
god, TMA core.
I would like everyone to make me perception checks, please.
Okay.
Okay.
Who
I have
all
a
got
minus
over
one.
15? Raise your hand if you got over 15. Okay. Anyone that makes so much
makes
sense.
so much
Actually,
sense.
the dice really.
The intern's
sometimes
too
the
busy
dice do
going.
all the work
They
for
didn't
you.
even subpoena me with my real name.
Yeah, that's kind of rude.
Brian goes over and he
Intern.
hugs the intern. He goes, "It's okay." They
Please
they
don't touch
ever
me.
say my real name either. Oh, I'm sorry.
Intern, make a stress check, please.
Stress check. Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
He does not stop hugging the intern. He just says, "I'm sorry."
33.
That is not higher than your number, so go up by a d4. Roll a d4 and add it to your stress.
Does Brian go down in stress because he's hugging a dear friend?
No.
Dear friend.
A dear friend.
He loves the
Brian
intern.
Chad have
The intern
friends?
He
hates
loves
him.
the
He
intern?
loves the
Hold up. What are we?
He's in love with
Does
I need
he
a
really?
pen
He-
to mark down my
He
stress
thinks,
score.
the intern is very funny, but he doesn't understand why she's so stressed all the time.
The intern's stress is 69.
Nice. Everyone who got higher than a 15, you start to hear footsteps outside. I'm trying to think what the fuck, like, metered steps, like, whatever, all in unison. So, yeah. What you hear outside?
You gotta go. Like,
Well,
let me
when I
see
was
what
in
I
Space
can do.
ROTC,
Let me see
we
what I
did
can
that.
do.
Fucking, if nobody's
Yeah, I'm
leaving,
leaving.
I'm like,
I'm leaving. Yeah, I'm leaving.
She's just gonna try
I'm
and
grabbing
grab
a tape
Ray and the
recorder, I'm
intern.
putting it in my pocket,
Let
I'm
me know.
clicking on, so there's notes being taken right at the moment. I grab like every notebook I can grab. I have like several pens, and I grab like 2 more laptops, and then I book it.
Cool.
Ray Star Wars grabs
Um,
nothing.
Sounds about right.
I think also before they leave, the intern takes like a stack of papers and like some mail from her desk. She's like, if we're leaving, I'm going to be doing work.
At the front, you hear, open up now.
Brian goes, "Sup, guys? The
Yeah.
party like already ended last night." And then he walks out.
And like he's palming because he can't believe that they're doing this. He's like, just let's go.
Everyone roll stealth, and it'll be like a collective thing.
16.
I got a 20.
26.
19
Oh
plus
my God.
3, 21. No, 22.
Bunch of stealthy fuckers. Nova gets a
Am I the
4,
only
but
one
I
who
will
rolled below
say,
a 10?
I think so. I will say that because everyone else did so well that you're able to kind of like get swept away in the crowd as you all start to like
I think
bolt
I
down
just
the back
sharpened
stairs.
it.
The intern is actively like holding
Blue.
onto
30.
Nova's wrist.
Brian picked Nova up over his shoulder like a sack of potatoes, and
I'm gonna kick you.
The intern is
You
still
can.
holding her head.
Boys,
It's like,
I fucking kick you.
they're holding hands. Brian is like one arm around the intern's waist and the other with Nova over his shoulder, so they look very weird.
Nova, would you like to roll the kick, Brian?
Yes. We're playing like human Tetris here.
Yeah, we are actively
Yes.
playing
We
Tetris.
are.
The party are in the front of this.
God,
Like,
you are
marble
playing
table.
human Tetris.
Fun fact, I have a -1 to strength. So,
Me too.
Yeah,
Oh my
I got
goodness.
12.
plus
Besties.
3
Okay.
on
Well.
his strength check. In case
Brian,
you
what's
needed
your
one, he got a
AC?
16. His AC is 14.
So yeah, I think you do get a kick in, but it just like bounces right off of him. I don't think he barely even notices that it happened.
He's so strong.
As you're leaving, you're able to see the door is busted down, and in the front there's an Imperial officer with 4 stormtroopers behind him, and they all have weapons drawn, but they don't see you.
Are those the tax people, intern?
No, those are not the tax people, Ray.
Those are the people that show up when you don't pay taxes.
No,
God,
I think that
kill
they're
us.
sent here because we're telling a story on the Emperor.
Well, I think it's rather rude that they didn't even give us a minute's wait.
I don't think Palpatine cares. He wants to kill us.
Defense attorney, aren't you literally like the only lawyer? Fix it. Like, go out there and be like, hey, get a warrant.
He has threatened me the entire time
Yeah,
I've known
I don't have a
to kill
warrant.
me. I don't think this matters.
I don't think
Well,
they
he
care. I
can't-
don't think they care.
He can't, like, kill you. You're the only lawyer. How else would he
No,
sue
he can.
people?
He can. The jury can just have more kids. They just haven't.
It's true.
Your parent is a jury?
My parent is
Bro,
the
that's
jury.
weird.
We've been over this multiple
like the
times,
one-
Brian.
Like, I thought juries were, like, a whole peoples.
No, it's
The
a hive
hive
mind.
mind
We've been over
mind.
this.
You're having this conversation, I'll say, like, as you're, like, bolting down the back stairway
I love
of,
the idea that we are like running and also
you're like actively running and also debating, like,
Yeah.
the genetics of juries.
While playing human
So-
Tetris.
Who here has a ship?
Has a car?
Race
And
Rita
the
has a
company
car.
Probably
Drive it, but she has one.
Brian's a
I'm not
car
gonna
bro.
company car.
So as you make it down to the bottom floor of the magazine, and out the back is the space parking lot. All of your cars and all of your
Parking lot.
ships are being towed
The
away
Starking
by
lot.
Imperials.
No!
All
Not
of your
my
ships
favorite.
are being impounded currently, so that you cannot escape.
Oh my god.
He's got a 60, so he doesn't get any
who
more
has an
stress than
honest
he already
space
is, but I rolled
has
Brian
a
for
space
stress
odyssey?
because they're towing away his sweet baby car.
You also begin to hear footsteps down the stairway from above you. So you have about 30 seconds to figure out what your plan is. You are at like the back of your building, at the bottom floor, and people are coming straight down. Out here is a parking lot, a sparking lot, where there are like stormtroopers kind of patrolling as your ships are being towed away.
Okay.
And I would say like further out past that is the city. So things.
Okay, cool. Vita is just gonna like look at everybody and just be like, if I can't get this story out before, finish it for me, and then she just runs to go cross the street.
Okay.
Oh dear.
And I'm sprinting.
Because Brian is carrying Nova, does that mean Nova is also running to go cross the street along with Brian and Vita?
Unless Nova is actively fighting against it,
Listen, I've been trying. Nothing's working. I think she's given up.
she's just going
The
with it.
intern has to let go of Nova's hand, which also means that the intern the intern would have to struggle to get out of Brian's grasp as well, because he got the other arm around the intern's waist.
Brian goes, "Don't worry, bro. I'm taking you guys with me."
Why are they taking our ships? We can't go to the courthouse if we don't have our
This-
ships.
Okay. Defense attorney is going to grab Ray's hand and follow like Brian and the intern and everything.
I'm gonna follow, but I want to cast a spell called Illusory Script and cast it on my journal, and I've drawn sort of a fake badge that says Imperial Officer for Ryder Iman, Undercover Cop. So I'm gonna run after them, just being like, I'm on the case, buds," and like,
That's so good. So good. Okay, wait. I would say there's probably one other Imperial who's like outside kind of managing the like removal of the ships. And as you run past with your like badge, she's like, "Hey, hold on there a second. Sir, who are you?"
I'm Ryder Iman. I'm one of the undercover cops part of this case. I've been assigned to this sort of a journalism part, and I've just been following around this area. I've been undercover, and don't worry about it. I got this. And I just keep sprinting. Like I want to be like the last one in line, like I'm chasing them.
So roll me a persuasion check with advantage because you have your magical little paper.
Natural 20! I got a 19 and then a 20.
Yes!
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
The guy's like, hey, hold on, one second. You seem really important. Yeah, I see. That's very official. Do you work for the? Have you spoken to the Emperor?
I want to. Oh my! I've been in the same room as him. I didn't get to get a word in, but like being in the same room with him, powerful.
It's amazing. I would say, I feel like you seem like you're really going places, kid. So if you do talk to the Emperor when you get those rebel bastards,
Okay.
just put in a good word for our old Hamney here. Yeah,
Hamney, of course. Ham.
You know, the family name, Hamney.
Hamney, yeah, of course.
As courtesy of the Star Wars name generator.
Yeah, Sydney, is it spelled like the word knee, or?
It is H-A-M, H-A-M, and then H-A-M-N-E.
Well, I've written down cosplay Hamney, so...
Yes! What does he look like? We need this information.
Yes.
What do they look like?
Is he a ginger?
He's an Imperial officer. Sure, he's ginger, because he would be. He looks very like, he looks like sunken. Like, this man, he's very, like, angular. And he's there, and it looks like he's, like, trying to grow some facial hair, but it's, like, not working too well for him. This guy's either, like, late 40s or, like, a really tired 25. Like, you're not quite sure.
I'll make sure you get a bonus, and your family will see you a ton of times more. You won't be like late for any family events ever. I'll make sure of it.
Oh, that started very threateningly, kind of at the beginning. I didn't know if it was going to be a different way that was going to go, but I'm glad.
No.
Thank you.
No, I gotta go.
I'll kill your family.
Go get him. And he
Goes back to sprinting.
he gives you a salute. And then he like takes his gun back out, and he's like.
I'm like struggling with sprinting.
He and his men go along with the rest of the ships as they're getting taken away because obviously the rebels are being handled so well by whatever the fake name that you made up was. Ryder and Adam, yes, exactly. So
it might be mind reader backwards, but you know.
Amazing.
Oh, that's what his name is.
I flipped my head become Rydered Emin. This is my new alter ego.
Hair. Oh, I see.
New hair, new dye.
New person.
Hamney seems a little too like he's too caught up in his own thing. You can hear him like even from across the street. He's like, the Emperor's gonna know who I am. My goodness.
I love that he has the same voice as Palpatine.
This is where my terrible DM secret comes out that I only have like 3 voices that I do default. And one of them, unfortunately, is like weird kind of like scraggly little terrible man. And that's basically just the Palpatine.
That's just your normal voice, though. That's just Sydney.
I think Hamney is great.
You are now in the city.
Brian Chad looks back over his shoulders and goes, I think I knew that guy in like college. And so he is investigating to find out if he knew that guy in college.
If he knew that guy in college, yeah, roll for it. See if you knew Hamney.
15 plus 2. 17.
Is trying not to act suspicious as like being separate from the group, but definitely following them. Because he's like kind of like convinced himself that he's really an undercover cop, and he's like, I can't blow my cover.
Oh my.
I would say
he's in too deep.
Whatever. Like space Barnes and Noble, Sparns and Spoble.
Sparns and Spoble. Okay.
It's big enough. It's got good hiding places. Is there a Sparns and Spoble around here?
I'm gonna address Brian's thing first. You were rolling to see if you knew that guy in college.
15.
Cool. how far out of college is Brian Chad? Did Brian Chad
Questionable.
go to the same college as like every fucking other college character in this campaign?
Yes, but a
Is
lot
there just one space college?
there is.
There's
But,
just one, right?
I heard
Defense and defense attorney went to
dropping
different
some
Oh, right.
Brian
There's
Chad
two, and they have a
lore
really
here.
good rivalry.
They do.
Brian
Yes.
Chad, like
University.
beloved character Sunny Days, is a
Mhm.
different Star Wars breed, so he has a lot longer lifespan than humans. So he's been out of
Okay.
college for like 45 years. But no one knows
Okay.
that because he looks like 22.
Yes, you did go to college with Ham Hamney. You know that this man is fucking old. You remember that in college he was, screw it. He was a theater kid. You saw him in a few shows. He wasn't good. He's not a good singer, but he keeps being in the musicals.
Is he a
Believe
Lola?
me.
And you know that he like wanted to major in the arts, but then ended up going into the Imperial service instead.
Aw.
Okay,
That's
so
not
that's very cool. Brian does not know all of that because Brian actually got hit by a car and then went to rehab and disappeared for 4 years.
Oh my
No,
god.
You are not.
Louis, Lou, don't do that! Lou, you can't!
You're not playing this.
Oh my
The
god.
setup for that. Okay, the setup for that joke was so long.
Circling back around to the other question, did anybody else roll good investigation, and was there anything specific you were looking for?
I rolled a 17 and I was looking for like a vehicle we could use to get away.
Oh, a vehicle is smarter than a hiding place.
You see a few things. You do see that down the street there is a Sparns' Mobile. You see some of the employees are like taking out stacks of That's So Star Wars magazine and like taking them away.
Oh my god, we got canceled.
What?
You guys got canceled.
Twitter.
You guys got canceled from Sparns and Spobel
How?
and
What?
Face Twitter.
I was gone for less than a minute.
The Imperial soldiers are taking away That's So Star Wars.
Actually, Vita, roll stress for that because they're taking away your highest selling article ever, like your highest selling magazine ever.
I got 63. I'm fine. She thinks that she's gonna be stressed for a minute. Like at first, she's like kind of hurt. She's like feels a bit of the panic, and then she realizes that this means that her work is impactful enough that the government wants to silence her. So she's doing what she needs to be doing, and she like gets she gets an ego boost from that.
Mine turns to the group and he's like, okay, I have something to confess. I've been saying that I'm an undercover cop, and you guys probably don't know that, but I'm not actually an undercover cop, and I really think we need to find a police station. I think we're in big trouble, guys.
Brian pats him on the shoulder. He goes, we know.
We'll turn
We
ourselves
know,
in and
buddy.
we'll be okay, guys.
No, we cannot.
We
do
know,
this.
buddy.
If
Vita's
Brian's
gonna walk-
Dude.
which arm is
And
You're
Brian
not
using?
even like cool enough to be a narc.
Vita walks over to Mine and grabs him by the shoulders and like very aggressively like is holding him, and it's just like she just slaps him in the face to get him to stop talking. She goes, "Look at me. You always go on about how we're not living up to journalism. This is journalism. We're impacting the world. People care about our stuff to the point where the Emperor is trying to silence us. This is what you want. So shut up and deal with it. Do not ruin this for us or yourself." And then she puts him down.
Oh goodness.
I would like to roll stress.
Please do.
I got a 17, which is definitely below mine. What do I do?
So, I would say that for this, which is a lot for you, you're going to gain a d6 of stress. So go ahead and roll that for me.
2.
2. Okay, so you gain 2 stress. So jumping back to defense attorney's investigation roll on the ships.
Can I
Anytime.
try and help defense attorney, like, hotwire a ship?
I mean,
Sure.
there's probably some in
Um,
the Barnes and Spobel
yeah.
parking lot.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Probably some nice ones
And
there.
it was busy.
Yeah.
There's lots of, like, anime
as you-
stickers all over them.
Yeah, they do. They have Spanime stickers. I would say, yeah. You know what? There are a lot of ships. There are a lot of ships at the Sparns and Spobel. The nicest one, like in terms of being a ship, like that has ship functions, there's a pretty nice one. It's blue, it's pretty. It is covered in Spanime stickers, though, unfortunately.
Spanime stickers?
What?
Is there what?
Which ones? What are the animes?
Yeah, which Spanime?
Don't make Sydney make up space animes.
Okay,
No,
okay, alright, this is where, oh no. Okay, alright, I can do this.
Sydney furiously Googling anime.
Yeah, I don't watch anime, so, we
had
already covered one. We have Yuri on Spice. It's about spice trading. we have My Jedi Space Academia. It's about Jedi training.
Oh my god. My Jedi Space
Gotta
Academia.
get three. Gotta get three.
We have
Rule 3.
oh god.
Rule 3, Sydney, be funny.
Oh, okay, I can be funny. I can do a third one. What's another? Sydney furiously Googles anime.
Attack on
yeah, we
Hut.
have Jar Jar Haikyuu. Jar Jar Haikyuu, I feel like, I was, fuck!
Jar Jar
Titan was
Haikyuu.
what I had on I can think of another anime.
Haikyuu is actually about badminton.
Yeah,
Haikyuu! Yes! At some point later, I'll think of another space anime. It'll be poorly timed. But I'll remember another anime that exists.
Sailor Naboo.
All the characters on Spike
Sailor
Q are
Naboo.
ace, except for one who goes on a dramatic quest to find her dead ex-boyfriend.
Oh god.
I took so much psychic damage from Yuri on Spice. I took so much psychic damage.
Jar Jar High School
You're
Host
a
Club.
spice.
Jar Jar High
Who's the host?
Okay.
That's for us stealing this space anime ship.
So you see that ship?
Great.
Does that mean that
Gonna outwire the space anime ship. Lovely.
Yeah. Florian, would you like to roll to pick the lock first to get into the ship?
Yeah, sure.
And then Nova can try to hotwire it.
That is a 19, and I'm gonna say add her proficiency bonus, which is 3, so that's a 22 to pick the lock.
Yeah, I think you go up to this ship.
Lorne's like,
and
I
it's
swear to God, I can't believe I've gotten into this situation today.
anime bumper stickers. And very easily, very practiced, you just pop that thing right
She's
open.
had to do this a lot of times because Rey Star-Wars is constantly forgetting the keys to her own car. Oh no, because she also used to work for Scylla, so she probably has had to pick the lock to defense attorney's office before.
Yep.
Yeah. See, it all connects.
And the web grows.
Is Rey Star
We're growing stronger by the second.
She's a crime lord now. Fun
She
fact.
is.
Oh,
Good for
yeah,
her.
she is,
Red
guys.
springboard of how
Welcome
this
to
all
Judge High.
comes together.
You get into the ship.
Yay.
You walk into the ship. It is unfortunately just as Spanime themed on the inside as the outside.
Does it have like
Steering wheel cover?
on the dashboard?
It does have a steering
There's
wheel
like a
cover.
blue mouse
It's
pad.
terrible. Yeah.
A boob
fuck it.
mouse pad?
Where's
controls
our
for the
mouse
ship.
pad on this?
Mandatory tits reference.
Mandatory tits reference.
It's
Okay,
just
but here's
me.
the
I'm
question.
the only
What-
tits reference.
What character is the mouse pad, DM?
Jar Jar.
No, he's the governor. That's like if I like you had a fucking like mouse pad of like Ted Cruz.
It's no, hold on. It's a Leela's
Googling
character from Jar Jar High School Host
Ted
Club.
Cruz is man tits.
No.
I'm not saying that Jar Jar is the Ted Cruz equivalent of Star Wars.
No. Alila
But
plays
just saying
Scylla in Jar Jar High School Host Club.
Energy.
Okay.
Okay, but what mouse pad?
What?
What anime character is the mouse pad?
Scylla.
Yeah, Scylla.
Specifically, Alila's cartoon
Yeah,
version.
Alila voice acting
Terrifying.
Scylla in Jar Jar High School Host Club. We've done it. We've
Man,
killed
eight
Sydney.
This is
None of us have
terrifying.
died, and Sydney has.
When we're done with
I'm gonna roll for stress.
In defense
And
to you personally?
Yes. Anyone who is, you know what? Anyone who is distressed by the Spanime ship, roll stress for me right now.
Lorne has seen
feel
so
like
much.
will.
stress.
Brian is going to roll.
Vita's doing worse.
Sorry, what was that? What was that?
No, I'm not repeating it.
No,
Nope.
sorry. No, what
Yeah,
was
say it
What did
again.
you
We
say?
live with our
Say
mistakes.
it again. We live with our mistakes here.
The titties de-stressed me.
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
Oh
And you know
Brian
what?
is
As a
also
reward
de-stressed by the mouse pad.
for the Jar Jar courage of that, you lose a D4 of stress. You go back down a D4 of stress
God.
because of the
I rolled a
apparently
4.
space animated.
Actually, you know
I rolled
what?
a 4.
I think that Rey
Cheers.
Star Wars
Hell yeah.
should lose stress from seeing her favorite idol, Alila.
Her mom,
was also
though.
she's also seeing a space like titty version of her mom. So like you gain, because that's your mom. I'm gonna say you gain a D6 of stress.
That's
Or
valid.
actually, yeah.
That is
Yeah.
actually her
Well,
mom.
Roll a D6. I think.
Adds 6 stress.
Wait, 6?
Oh my god.
Seems right.
Can the intern lose stress from
Uh,
seeing Rey Star Wars
it's a
get
Hey,
stressed?
bestie. That's more than 5, isn't it?
It is.
So, I'm also gonna need you to roll me a D8.
Oh no. It's our first thing.
Okay. Ray Star Wars, you're kind of losing any sort of filter that you might have had for the next 5 minutes. Anything that Ray Star Wars thinks, she says it out loud.
Oh, but is this real lifetime?
This is,
Or just whenever you say I'm done?
it's basically whenever you're done.
Like,
For this first bit of the journey, Ray Star Wars, all of Ray's thoughts.
Oh,
She just
lovely.
can't
Thank
keep them
you,
in her head.
Connor. Thank you, Connor.
Thank you, Connor.
I have like looked away from my computer.
Do not thank you, Connor. Actually,
Oh god.
no thank you, Connor.
This man ate my son.
Looking up.
I'm gonna walk over here and sit down and try to forget about
Giant
that.
mantis.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Nova, as everyone else is, taking in the energy of this ship, you're feeling fine, and you just walk right over, and you
The
just kind of
titties,
start.
the titties have inspired me.
The titties have inspired you into actual like productivity in this
I have
Dungeons
a
and Dragons game. And so you like, you take out your artificer's tools and you just kind of start fucking around with things. You go under one of those like things where they lift the panels in the ground and you're like throwing shit and whatever. And the ship hums to life.
Reporter also can break into cars for some reason.
It's fine, it's normal.
No, it's not.
Nothing to see here.
There's plenty to see. You're actively like breaking something.
You're not questioning the intern breaking into the car?
No, she does that.
I also just do that.
Only interns know how to do
I've
that.
never seen you do this.
Well, now you have.
Ray's internal thoughts are kind of sad.
Yeah.
So, because Mr. Brian Chad
Amazing.
knew everyone in college and is also 43 years old at least, he
Yeah.
did know Scylla in college, and he is also going to roll for stress.
Alright.
Amazing. Amazing.
He got a
sorry.
30. He got a 30, which is 5 points less than his, yeah.
And how well did you know Scylla?
Not very well, but Brian is really concerned about people thinking that he's like a bad person, so he saw it, he went like this.
Okay. We'll call that fuck it. That's a D6.
I am playing
alright.
the long game with the Brian Chad lore. Leave it alone.
I'm fucking intrigued. So, as the Spanime ship starts up,
What does the license plate say?
MILFs.
Oh my god.
MILF
Thanks,
cash
Lou.
money sign.
Spanimilfs.
Spanimilfs.
Spanimilfs. You have a
I'm just
functioning
mad.
ship.
Okay, hell yeah.
What you doing?
Nice, you did a great job.
Oh boy, oh boy.
It should be.
The ship isn't very fast.
So we got this ship to like turn ourselves in, right? Like it's just the fastest way to get us
Of
to the
course not.
No,
Absolutely
Weiner.
like
We got the
No, we
ship
didn't.
to go
Weiner,
on-
stop being a narc. You're not even a
Wonderful.
real undercover cop. Oh my god. Ugh.
I could be an undercover cop if I wanted to.
Minor, get in the car. Get in the car,
Wait,
Minor.
his name is Minor?
Yeah.
He's
I
literally
thought-
representing a minor.
You've been calling me Whiner this entire time, and I've never
I
corrected
thought-
you, but
I thought that was your legal name because your parents like assigned it to you when you came out like screaming about whatever.
I mean, no.
Hey Weiner, is
you're
it by
right.
any chance a family name? Like did you get it from like your parents or something?
No,
Nice
it's
That's
name.
every
Did your
name,
mom
Brian.
pick it out
Mind
for you?
Reader is a family name.
Brian, every name is a name given to you by your parents. Brian.
No, my
No,
parents didn't
they
name
picked
me.
your name.
You didn't. What?
Well, actually, okay. So my name is Brian, but my frat boys gave me a new last name so we could all match.
A new last name?
A new
Yeah.
last name? Wait, are you married to your frat?
No, well, I almost got married to my frat one time. Actually, yeah, that's why I couldn't marry my first wife. But we got divorced.
Moving all this
Is Brian
conversation
Chad
happening, right?
Palpatine?
You
Yeah,
should get
while it's
divorced. I've
happening.
done it before. It's easy.
No, because a defense attorney was like there was no lawyer before him. And
You
I
need
was
a
like
lawyer to get
18 when I got married to my frat.
Well, there were definitely.
Well, there were
lawyers
other
and-
lawyers before me, but
I'm
And then
sure
I
there were
and then
lawyers
I
before
then I
Mr.
died. And once like to death do you part. When you get hit by a car, it just annuls itself.
that is not how
believe that's
divorce
true.
works.
Oh, okay.
I think
We don't know
everyone
going.
is in the car at this
Oh,
point.
everyone is in
Yeah,
the
everyone's in the
ship.
Nova's
No, I have, like, a
piloting,
helmet.
intern is co-piloting. I like to imagine that, like, there's two more rows behind in the seats. So defense attorney and Ray are probably in the back, and then it's,
Yes.
mine is stuck in between Vita and Brian.
That's so
Yes.
good.
Vita's
So chaotic behind the drivers, like this is not safe at all.
Vita has
Yeah.
out one of the laptops
So-
that she took, and she's just writing. She's working on the article.
Oh yeah,
Because I
defense
wanted
attorney
work
is
done.
in the photo.
Defense attorney is in that.
Such a good point. Defense attorney is in that photo. Defense
Oh,
attorney is
and
absolutely in that photo.
Immediately, Vita's like, "Okay, cool, time to interview you then, I guess."
Right.
And she's just like, "Okay, what were you doing? What happened there? Tell
Who's
me
in this
everything."
photo?
To have dinner. And then some people
This
attacked
is you. Okay,
Yes.
tell me about everyone. Okay, explain to me to the best of your ability everyone who was in this group of people with you. Like, what were they like? What are their names? Tell me your impression of these people in this group, this party or something.
That one's Governor Fox.
Robin, he took a space Uber.
Governor,
but
Governor what?
no, I'm just talking to Robin because she was like,
No,
how did he
that's
get-
okay. Miss Wars, Miss Star Wars. What did you just call him?
That's Governor Fox. Isn't that his name?
No, Ray, sweetheart, his
Miss
name
Star
is
Wars.
Governor Binks.
That's Governor Binks. It's not.
Then why
Why
did we
did
put
you
Fox
name
in the
Governor
paper?
Fox?
That's his name.
His name
No,
is not Governor Fox. This is why he wants.
Miss Star Wars. That was not his.
I
name.
think we were trying to make a statement about him, saying that he does fuck, but I think it sort of reduces us.
That's his
Miss
name.
Miss Star Wars. That's not his name. His name is Jar Jar Binks. The article.
I thought that was his name.
Yeah, see, Brian
Brian
agrees with
about
me.
you.
Yeah.
That is
Anytime,
not
right?
No, that's his name. That's why we put it in the headline, because we wanted people to know who he was.
No, the headline was about the fact that he does that.
That's what. Fuck.
He has sex, Mrs. Star Wars.
What?
Hey,
Miss Star Wars, do you not? Miss
She
Star Wars,
doesn't know what that is.
Forever.
I asked her one time. She said no. She doesn't know what that is.
Miss Star Wars, how old
No,
are you?
that's his name.
Miss Star Wars, how old are you?
I'm 32.
You're older
Yeah.
than I am. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Defense attorney, do you want to take this one? Do you want to explain this? I feel like you're more qualified to explain this
You
to
be
this
giving her
person.
the talk in the back of the car.
I am
Trying again.
I have tried before.
Wait, mine
give
is just
Ray-
sitting so uncomfortably
I'm
in the
not
middle.
giving it to her again.
I'm gonna jump us up to the front of the front of the ship for a second here, where Nova and Intern are trying to, have you guys fly away and not die. So, as you're the ones who are in control of the ship, essentially. Where are you heading?
Let's go to the pizzeria. We can get more stuff for the article there.
Yes. Okay.
And
Yeah,
I'm
that
going
sounds
to-
like a good
Yeah,
idea.
burn
They
it
wouldn't.
Return to the scene of the crime?
They wouldn't be there anymore
Yes.
because they're hunting us down.
Exactly.
It
Why
isn't
would
just the
we
not
last
obvious,
place they would
though.
likely expect. Plus, we can get more
There's-
evidence. They probably have security camera footage.
Exactly. There's probably security cameras at
that
this
might be
5 minutes
true.
at Freddy's themed game.
Vita, burn
Yes.
to the ground. There was nothing there.
Be able to recover something from the cameras. I don't know.
We can recover
We
something from the
might could go
cameras.
check if they're
We
still
can
there.
recover. See if there's anything in the ashes. And while we're driving, you can tell me what happened. Now back to describing this party. And she has a.
I'm not doing that. I think I have a better understanding of the law than you. I don't legally have to talk to you.
There are multiple people in this photograph. You are one of them.
Yeah.
That's Emperor
Yes, I am.
Palpatine. And that is Jar Jar Binks. Who are the rest of them? Could you at least give me their names?
No.
Where are we going? Go home. Are we going home?
We're not going home, Mrs.
Um,
Star Wars. We have to do our
Why
job.
not?
We have to do our job,
Uh,
Mrs. Star Wars.
Okay.
Can Brian roll a history check to see if he knows the people in the photo?
From college?
Oh God.
One of them is an
Sure.
He got a 13.
10? I don't know.
A 13. A couple of them look kind of vaguely familiar, but you don't really remember any names. You think, yeah, maybe we had a class together or something at one point, but you don't know any of these people, really personally or anything.
He just kind of nods.
Vita's gonna turn to mine and just be like, listen, I need you to work with me for a minute. I know you have that spell. What do I have to do to get you to use that spell, that mind reading ability on Defense Attorney right now? And tell me what's going on.
I don't actually have a mind reading spell. I'm gonna be honest, but I have a mind reading spell, yes, but I'm not gonna use it. I don't use it against people. That goes against art of journalism. You're supposed to investigate. You're supposed to ask questions that make them talk. You're not supposed to just read their
Mine?
minds and get all the answers.
Mine.
Hey, defense attorney.
You want from me? I will help you with whatever you need. We will make a pact. We will do whatever it is. I need you to use that spell on him so we can get this article out. Isn't that all you want?
Hey,
Yes,
defense attorney.
Yes, Brian.
So, oh, that's not my name. It's okay though. So I knew like a couple of these people in college, but I don't recognize them. Can you tell me what these people's names are? I don't remember them. I don't want to be rude in case we meet them. I forgot their names. Okay, thank you. And
He's gonna hold the picture and he's gonna go, that's Sheev Palpatine. He used to go to by Band Kid Sheev in high school. My brother knew him. It was really weird.
Yeah. No, I think I know him actually, but I don't really like him. Who's the other one?
His name is not Governor
Okay.
Fux. That is Cassie Finch, Radicus Finch's wife. Radicus Finch is dead. It's fine. This is Elisa Palpatine. This is Palpatine's secret kid or whatever the fuck. I don't know. Palpatine didn't know about him, but now he weirdly
Ben
is, like,
there.
a
Ben
little
there.
and
Yeah.
This is for Brian.
it's really weird. He's like planning on having that kid like take over for him or something. It's really weird.
Oh, for
And then
real?
that's me.
Uh,
And yeah,
my son doesn't talk
and I
to me
can't remember
anymore.
if there was anyone else in the party.
Oh, that's you? You look a lot different there. You
look
look
exactly the same.
no,
Oliver was
no,
there
no.
for sure.
This new haircut looks good on you.
Thanks.
It's the same one.
Exact same one.
That photo was literally
you
taken
arrive,
2 hours ago.
You arrive at Jar Jar's Pizzeria. You're able pretty well. You know your way around a ship fairly well, and you're able to fly it high enough that nobody on the surface is gonna see you if there is anyone there. Lorne, you don't see anybody outside of the pizzeria. You see it's fucking like charred. It has definitely been in a fire. But you don't see any people there or ships. So you land your ship. And
Behind something, please.
Sure.
What are we looking for, guys?
Any recoverable
Anything
evidence?
that's recoverable, really.
No, I need like something like really specific that might be recoverable.
I'm looking for security cameras to try and
Yeah,
recover
security
footage
cameras.
from.
Okay, so Brian is going to cast Detect Object, which is a ranger. Oh, sorry, Locate Object, which is a ranger spell, and that
Hell yeah.
is
Hell yeah. Dungeons
13?
and Dragons, baby. You've probably been to a Jar Jar's Pizzeria before. If I were to guess,
He has.
it's a
He
pretty
has.
popular chain.
He loves Jar Jar's Pizzeria.
Loves Jar Jar's. It's damn good pizza.
Brian was in the biz in college. He actually knew the biz.
Yeah.
You're a business major?
Into the biz.
Because he was a
You're the
business.
business
Because he
brother.
was a business.
He was a business major. Was there a chance he worked at a Jar Jar's Pizzeria before?
Absolutely, it's why he knows everyone. He's 43
Okay.
years old and he worked at a Jar Jar's Pizzeria after he
So-
went missing.
Fun fact about Jar Jar's Pizzeria, all of them have the exact same layout. They just copy and paste the same blueprints for every time they build a new Jar Jar's Pizzeria. So you remember exactly where the security room used to be, and you're able to find that there are there were a lot of security cameras in this establishment, almost enough to be the basis for its own game. But that's not important. There are 2 that still seem to have at least somewhat intact, memory.
He picks one up and then he wipes the lens off, like the back, like the lens with his Hawaiian shirt, and then he holds it up to Nova, and he's like, it's for you.
Great.
It's for
I'm gonna
for
pretend.
you.
Can I roll stress?
Yeah, I was gonna say roll stress for that.
Wait, genuine real life question. Are you not supposed to wipe cameras off with your shirt?
We're not supposed to do
You're not
that.
supposed to clean your
cameras.
glasses with shirts either. You're only supposed to use like the fancy
really
like the
special
microphone
cloths.
they give you.
Yeah.
For real?
28, which is
God.
definitely below my stress.
For Nova, would that be a D4 or a D6?
I think it's a D6. That's her
Yeah,
job.
roll a D6. That's her job. Roll a D6 for me.
I rolled a 6.
Yeah.
So you add 6 stress.
Doesn't voicing all of her thoughts
Cool.
now.
I would you don't have to read your thoughts anymore. I would like you to roll me a D8, please, Robin.
1.
Okay, let me see.
Uh-oh. That's either really bad or means nothing. Either it's arbitrary or...
So I'm gonna read off what's written here.
I'm so scared.
It feels fitting. Sometimes people just piss you off, right? Find the closest person who's causing you stress and just punch them right in the face.
I'm gonna try and
no
slap
one's
my
actively if no one's actively stressing you out, then you would punch the person closest to you.
But it's Brian.
But you are gonna have to try and punch Brian.
I was
That's
so
I
was
hope
so
so.
afraid.
Fun fact,
That's
because
not
of
with the
my
camera.
stress, I don't think I can do damage with an unarmed attack.
That's fine.
Like, my strength is so low, I can't do damage. So you're probably
funny.
safe. Yeah?
If you can't do damage with an unarmed attack, you will do Brian mental stress damage because he doesn't want people to hate him.
Okay, well,
that
I rolled a 17, which is insane for how her strength is, so does that hit?
Okay. That'll hit.
Okay, I can't do any damage.
Brian.
That he gets way over his strength, his stress thing, so he's stressed out. I'm gonna say he rolls a D6 or a D8 for that because he hates when people don't like him.
I trust you to choose which one you think makes most character sense.
So I rolled a D8 and he got a 3.
Nova, what does this look like for you?
It didn't even leave a mark. It was such like a such a swipe, but he's like mentally damaged.
Mental damage.
She like goes, "Bop," and Brian recoils.
Brian audibly goes like that, like he's like really sad about it.
Okay, cool.
You've collected. You have these things, memory
Security cameras?
chips. Yeah.
See if I can get the chips out of them. Okay.
Yeah. I'll have you make intelligence. What would it be?
Probably. Oh, she's an artificer.
Yeah, it's my main stat.
Artificer?
So.
Yeah. Artificer. Artificer.
The artificing.
Artificer. Yeah, I'll have do an intelligence check with proficiency. Just do that.
Okay. 21.
Yeah. You're able to recover bits and pieces of the lost footage that is Jar Jar's Pizzeria.
Wonderful.
The footage that has been lost to time.
Yeah, that has been lost to time. You get a collection. You get a collection of things. You see the group at the table. You see Palpatine and Elisa and Jar Jar and Defense Attorney and everybody else sitting around a table. You hear snippets of their conversation. The audio's kind of corrupted, but you hear Palpatine ask Elisa to be his new apprentice, his new Sith apprentice. You hear that Palpatine wants uppies from Jar Jar.
Oh, God.
Writing that down. Super important information.
Write that down. Write that down.
Screenshot the call.
Screenshot the call.
The footage jumps forward, and you see Elisa in another room with Palpatine spilling a plan about how he had intended to kill him. You see a child ride a space lizard. You see
Oliver
Elisa
kill a man with a spider ring.
You see a small child kill a man with a spider ring. You see
another.
Oh yeah, you see a child kill another child with a spider ring.
14-year-old get his head ripped off.
Yeah, you see a minimum wage employee get their head ripped off.
God, I wish this footage wasn't lost. You see a bird.
You see all of these things happen, and then the pizzeria is on fire. But you have all of those things. You are equipped with essentially the
Everything
story
you need.
as you're heading back out of the pizzeria. You see ships flying overhead with like large projectors.
Lovely.
Declaring that there are fugitives loose in the galaxy and that they had last been spotted on Coruscant. So, which is where you are.
Are there photos?
Oh yes, there are wanted photos.
I'm judging their
What do we look like?
skills.
What do we look like in the
I'm
photos?
judging their skills.
It's a photo of Brian
Yes,
Chad at a
roll me-
party.
Roll me, I would say the equivalent of whatever your photography skill would be, which would be your artificer stuff. So roll me an intelligence thing to see, just to judge their photography skills on your mugshots.
The
The
photo
intern
of the
is like the
intern is one of the
Essentially.
23.
behind Rey Star Wars.
23.
23.
The
They're
interns is
pretty
just the
overexposed. They're a little overexposed. They're not framed great. They're clear enough that you're like recognizable, but like you've looked better in photos, and there have been better photos taken.
The intern's photo is a
It's the
photo of
worst
Rey
possible
Star Wars
photo.
with the intern slightly hidden behind her that says Rey Star Wars and intern. She doesn't even get her own wanted photo.
It's a logo of
Yeah,
the company.
yeah, like Mike
in front of your
Wazowski.
face.
Her face is covered so that you can't see it.
Okay, so Vita first takes a moment to be like, yes, I'm doing work. The government wants to kill me. That means I'm doing good. Anyway, and then she looks at everybody and she just goes, "Get in the car. We're getting off this planet." And then just goes straight to the ship.
Mine is gonna refuse. He's like, no, we have to turn ourselves in. This isn't right. We're being hunted down. I really think that we should just go to the mountain, guys. Guys, I really don't know what's going on.
Stress roll.
And then can I say that Vita grabs Minor by the suspenders and drags him into the ship?
I rolled a 100.
Whoa! You're fine.
Somehow crying, but not stressed at all.
It's a little
Yes.
like relieving.
You have a good cathartic cry, and you feel a little better.
Does the stress go down?
Fuck it. You go back down to D4 of stress.
Yo.
Quick thing. You know how Brian Chad canonically knows everyone?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
There have already been like 50 calls on his wanted poster that is like, do you know this man? Because absolutely fucking everyone does.
They have to like shut down the phone line temporarily because they're like, we're getting too many calls just
So
about
many
this
calls
one
and
guy.
It's the equivalent.
They're like, I think I know this guy. And they're like, everyone does. Oh my god, they hang up.
I feel like it's the equivalent of like when K-pop stands like flood tags on Twitter.
Yep.
To drown people out. Like it's just Brian
It's the Ricky
calls.
Matsui effect.
So you have now the initial information. You have additional information.
A lot of it.
A lot of it. Yeah, Act 2, it gets worse. You have potentially a place where you could broadcast said information. And you are now incredibly wanted and publicly recognizable. So, what are you up to?
Unless you're the intern.
Unless you're the intern.
Community.
Guys, no one knows the intern's name, no one knows what she looks like. We have this in the
It's
bag.
stealth.
Vita's like, okay, cool, get in the ship. We gotta get off this planet. We're
Getting
going.
back in the car and going.
When we're in the car, Vita realizes that they're in a... Now, it's never confirmed that they know what car they're in, but Vita realizes they're in a very identifiable car.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
Oh,
we
yeah,
need
you
to
are.
change that right now. Question, can you roll down... Is this like a car? Okay, I'm being so serious here.
This is
Are we,
a spaceship.
It's a spaceship?
You're in a spaceship.
Okay.
You guys keep saying car. It's a spaceship. There are
Can I
not
roll down?
windows that you can roll down. You cannot roll down the window.
Listen, we got it in
There-
the parking lot.
Okay, so
The
before we
windows
get... have we gone off yet?
Listen, listen.
If we haven't driven off yet, I would like to have Vita start taking all of the memorabilia out of the car and just start throwing it into the ashes. Like, get it out of the car.
It doesn't matter what's in the spaceship, it matters what's on the outside.
If anything, throwing things out is just leaving a trail of breadcrumbs.
A trail of anime. You leave a trail
yeah.
of these fugitives. They leave a trail of spanime wherever they go.
Listen,
He's
I
gonna
do
try and
think
start
that it's
picking
just
up
an
his
easier
cars.
thing for us to get in the car and go, because the longer we stay here, the more
Yes.
likely they are to find us. And I think that if we just keep going, no one knows that we're in this car specifically yet.
If everyone's
I
in
never-
the car,
I say
I'm
this
not taking
to
off.
her.
I don't care if people are sitting down.
Yeah, Nova starts up the car.
I never thought I would say this.
The car?
We should
the
listen
car-
to you. And then she
You
gets in the car.
guys have broken me. I get it.
Sydney, roll stress.
Yes, Sydney,
Take a
roll
stress
stress for
test.
yourself.
Let me get
I'm
my
not
fucking percentile dice out.
Car now.
Also, Vita saying that she'd never thought she'd ever listen to
I
the
rolled a
intern.
20.
Oof.
What's
So,
your stress?
guess I'll die.
What's your stress? What do you start at?
It's higher than a 20.
Yeah.
So you get into you start taking off from where you're at.
Jaja's Pizzeria.
From George's
Convert that.
Pizzeria. And I would like you to roll stealth with.
Oh no,
Disadvantage,
Sydney's starting to do the
Wait, no.
Palpatine voice.
Wait. I have a thing to do before we roll stealth that might help my stealth check because I'm a ranger.
No, not you. Just Nova, who's flying the ship.
Yep.
No, but it
Has
might
the
help.
intern give
No.
advantage?
It might
Okay.
help Nova. Too.
Okay,
it might help.
if you think it will help. what
I
is
think it will help. So He is technically an open space ranger. He's grasslands, which means he has advantage in big open spaces. I'm assuming space is open. I don't know. It says no. Hold on.
No. Shut your fucking mouth.
I'm
Shut your fucking mouth.
getting somewhere with this. No.
Lou, I want you to look me in the fucking eye. Lou.
Shut. No. This has nothing to do with space being open. It's just a feature of his class.
I'm just gonna say, I want you to look me in the eyes and tell me that space is a grassland.
No, that's not what this is about. This has nothing to do with space having grass. Shut up.
I server muted Lou.
She did say that it was in open space like a grassland.
That is what I said. Because he has advantages in open spaces, it means he also gets the class feature Favored Enemy, which has nothing to do with anything being open. It's just a feature of his open class. Mm-hmm. You have an advantage on survival checks to track and locate favored enemies, as well as on investigation checks to recall information about them. You also learn the language spoken by your enemy. Is Palpatine humanoid?
He is.
So, Brian has an advantage on a check to find out how close Palpatine and his army are to their ship.
Okay. Sure. I will take that, but I need you to tell me what it is that you're doing that is helping you locate Palpatine and his army. In the Star Wars whatever bullshit you're doing.
So as we all know, Brian Chad knows everyone from college. Everyone who's ever gone to his college, he knows them. So Brian picks up his phone and he dials in a number and he picks it up. He goes, "Hey Ham, how far away is the Palpatine ship from our ship? It's the one with the anime stickers in the back."
He called him Hamney picks up your call, and he goes, no, it's not Palpatine. I need to make it different than that. Yeah, it's kind of like there we go. That works.
It's John Mulaney.
It's me, John Mulaney. Hi. Oh,
hey, it's your best buddy, Brian Chad from college.
Yeah, we're looking for you, like really actively.
I heard about that. So you know how Palpatine's gonna come and like get me in a hot second?
I sure do.
So I'll put in like a really good word and say that you help track me down if you just tell me how far Palpatine is away, so I have time to prepare for my speech about you. So like as a recommendation, we were like best buddies in our frat, and I just want to know. Like, I really want to help you out here. So how far away is Palpatine from the ship?
I need you to roll me a persuasion check, please.
Oh my god, Brian
with advantage?
Brian gives Hamney our exact coordinates
advantage?
and goes, "How far away are you guys from this?"
Roll with advantage, sure.
Like, what are
We're actively going. Nova has taken off.
13.
Bro. Okay.
You just gave them our.
So you hear Hamney on the phone. He goes, "Well, I haven't talked to you in quite some time. It's really good to hear from you again."
It's really good to hear from you too.
Unfortunately, I do actively work for Palpatine right now. And so I don't think
I'm
gonna get.
I need you to listen to me really quick.
So
confess your
you might want to just like stay.
No,
it would be really cool. It would be really cool.
I need you to listen to me. Just really
I'm
quick.
listening.
Just really quick.
Yeah.
So
right.
You know
keep talking to me. Keep talking to me.
You know how we knew each other in college?
You gotta get off the phone, man.
Nova Drive. Nova.
Can I try to take the phone from him or get him to hang up?
No,
Yes.
please.
Oppose
This
dexterity.
is really good. No, give me one more chance.
No, we're not gonna do that.
Oppose
Roll the 20.
dexterity.
Get 20.
I got an 18.
Defense attorney snatches your phone out of your hand. He
Break
goes,
it.
Hello?
Break it.
Gonna hang
Hello?
Break it.
Hangs up.
Oh.
I was gonna
The
have
entire
Brian
time,
threaten him.
intern was going like drive to Nova.
You're
We're
going
headed for Naboo,
to Naboo?
right? For the
Okay.
for whatever
So-
central broadcast thing.
Yes. Yes.
Mhm.
So you're heading towards Naboo as Brian Chad has been on the phone with Hamney. You begin to hear the roar of approaching engines behind you.
Chase scene.
And you see 3 Imperial ships approaching
God damn it.
behind you.
gave
One
away
larger one and 2 smaller ones. These ships are beginning to gain on you, and Nova,
Yep.
you get someone's hailing you, trying
they've
to
got enough-
call your ship.
If they've got enough ping on us to hail us, I don't think it can hurt to pick it up, can it? I'm talking to the intern.
Well, yes. I
Can
suppose that
Brian
they are
pick up the phone?
literally quite
No.
directly behind
No,
us, so I do
I'm
believe
gonna
if we
smack
pick up
Brian again.
the
I'm gonna smack him again.
To be clear, there's not just a phone. It's like you would
Phone.
turn it on, and it would be
It's like
like
a
through
comm.
the ship, like comms. Yes.
literally what is the worst that could happen.
Okay. Okay, but hey, intern, I have phone anxiety. You gotta talk to him.
Fine, I'll do it. Yeah, okay, so
Alright.
the
What about-
intern being told that Nova has anxiety, will press the button and be like, hello?
No.
Lou,
No.
I'll mute you.
Oh, the pause is really long.
No, Sydney.
Oh my god, it's him!
No,
The man himself.
Sydney.
Yeah. You hear a voice over the comms.
Not the quick
Say.
change.
Hello, journalists. Hello. How's your day?
Stressful.
Hey, Palpatine.
Interesting.
You're welcome.
I would like to begin with just a simple offer, which is that you stop your interesting little vehicle that you have there. You board my ship. Hey, I was not finished speaking. You come board my ship, and maybe you don't die for this. How do you feel about those terms?
I'd rather die. The intern hangs up.
I do not want to personally, I would have chosen with the not dying option. I mean, if maybe we can call back and just let me
Shut up,
do the
Narc.
not
No
dying
one
option.
cares.
Floor it.
I think immediate evasive maneuvers, Sydney.
Yes. What would you like to do,
Suddenly
Nova?
my DMs are blowing up.
Immediate evasive maneuvers. I could,
Yep.
like,
Dexterity saving throw.
saving throw at least. I have a little more on that.
Because
That is 18, maybe. Maybe that's okay. That's not a good face, Sydney.
I did roll for the other ships, and they did get a natural 20.
Okay.
Great, cool. Yeah.
So, your ship is going to have its own sort of like hit points. Your ship has 200 hit points. If your ship reaches 0 hit points, you're dead in the water. So
Like all of us.
the ship will stop functioning and will not fly anymore.
We don't die.
You don't all automatically die, but your ship will
Okay.
no longer fly. And will probably start to crash towards wherever it's going.
Or
So
Like
Palpatine
Jaws.
picks us up and we're
Yes,
dead
yes, yes,
anyways.
got it.
So
Got
the first thing that happens is you do immediately get shot. So
Cool.
Lovely.
I love
your
that. That's so-
ship
Sydney, Sydney, do you want one of us to track ship hit points? Do you want me to track
That
them?
would be awesome. And you take
This really is Act 2. It all goes wrong.
25 points of damage as
survivable.
the ship in the lead fires
I'm not
off
gonna do it. Never mind.
3 blaster shots, and they all bam, bam, bam into the back of your ship. We're gonna do initiative.
The intern is co-piloting right now. Does that make her in charge of our guns?
If you have them, yes. First up in the order is Lorne, the intern.
Okay, great. Which is very good because Lorne's gonna man the guns of the ship. She doesn't have any spells. However, may I ask a question, Sydney?
Sure.
Would the ship's guns count as finesse weapons or ranged weapons? I think they're ranged weapons, correct?
They would be ranged weapons, yes.
Glorious. And this is the first attack in the combat, correct?
It sure is.
That means that the intern gets an extra 2d6 to her sneak attack. I'm gonna roll. Sydney, it's range, so that's my dexterity plus my proficiency.
I don't think you would have proficiency on this because you are unfamiliar with whatever.
That's fine. Still gonna use my dexterity.
Weapons the ship might have.
That is a 15 plus 3, 18.
You're on a Spanime ship. So it has a couple like real weapons. None of them are insanely powerful or have too many like charges in them. You have lots of buttons that play theme songs of the owner's favorite Spanime.
Did we steal Taylor Swift's car?
You have buttons that make holograms of the owner's favorite Spanime characters.
Oh my god, it's Miku. It's Miku, guys.
Holy shit,
you've got some fireworks buttons. In terms of actual guns, you have a blaster, like just a general like blaster cannon, which does a D12.
D12 is more than any of the intern's actual weapons do, so
when you fired, that was the blaster.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll.
Did an 18 hit your ship?
What did you roll? An 18. An 18. Which ship are you aiming for? This is
the one that just fired on us.
So
I think
the main one.
specifically, I want to aim for their cannon to try and take it out. Instead of take down the ship, I want to take out their cannons.
Okay, that would be a higher threshold, so that does not
for
hit.
The guns. They're actually in Star Wars pretty easy to take out usually.
Yeah, isn't that usually the weak point?
That's true. But it's
This
also,
is the DM arguing committee.
It's also Dungeons and Dragons. And if you're aiming for a specific like target point,
Sydney, why don't we scissors paper rock?
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Yeah, I won.
So, did you?
I put paper.
Just paper, yeah.
Like below the screen though, it was like down here.
Here's my compromise. You do your damage on their cannons. You don't one-shot the cannons.
No, I wasn't trying. I haven't even rolled damage yet.
Okay. Roll damage on the cannons.
I get my 2d6.
Oh,
as well.
Yeah.
That's
Guys, we're
10,
so cool.
That's 25 damage.
It.
That's 25.
25 damage.
Because I rolled a 6 and a 4.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, we had the exact same amount of damage.
Damn.
Yeah, you get
that's cool. Yeah. So, having just been fired on, you quickly, like, look over the, like, essentially, you know, all the controls of this ship. You are able to look through and figure out which ones are actual weapons.
Very difficult.
You fire back pew, 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 right into their cannon. You see some smell coming out of it. Like it's still like moving and still like following you.
But jangly?
But you took a solid chunk out of it. Yeah, a little jankily.
Jankily is a fun word.
Next is Vita.
Okay, so I have spent the past 10 minutes furiously trying to figure out what I can do as a non-caster. The answer is nothing. So Vita's going. Is there an option for me to take my actions to sit in the back and transfer my notes and stuff from my articles and my tape recorder and put it into a file and then just post it on the internet?
We have to get to the signal thing. That was the whole.
Yeah, we have to
Doesn't
get
really
access
work
to the
that
internet.
way.
Okay.
But
right.
I am going to
Okay.
give you the SD files, or the SD
Okay.
cards, or, the space SDs on my
Yeah,
device.
the space SD
So,
cards.
Besties.
Can I?
The
The D.
SP cards. The SP cards. The SP cards.
Okay. Would it be holding an action to sit in the back and work on the stuff so it's ready to go the second we get there, or is that taking an action to sit and work on the paper?
You would be taking an action to.
Okay, so I'm just gonna sit
do
and work.
yeah.
Do I just roll for how much I get done?
I would say so. Yeah. I'll
Okay,
have you
so-
roll.
What am I rolling for that? Because now my current plan is get as much of this article done as possible so we can send it the second we get to that thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Performance. Unless you can argue a different stat.
Restart.
Let me see if I can argue with you.
Kind.
Let me argue with you for a little bit. Okay. I'd say that it was some kind of wisdom or investigation because it's me putting together an article.
Yeah, that checks out.
So
I'll do that.
investigation?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, hell yeah, I have a +4 to that. That's so much better. Dirty 20. How much do I get done?
You know when you play Dungeons and Dragons and you roll to see how many paragraphs of an article that the character writes?
I love this game so much.
I was doing this morning.
Sydney,
You know.
it's great because we're both the writing majors and we're here let's
Yeah.
take a break from our world and play Dungeons and Dragons. Anyway, so how much paper do I write?
Anyway, so how many paragraphs do I get? Because I rolled.
What
Yes.
if I sit and I write as much of this article, physically write it during this combat, and every time it's my turn, I roll to see if I get interrupted, and then when we get to Naboo, whatever I have done is posted.
That's really funny.
Please.
So please do that.
Absolutely. Okay, so 20, I'm not interrupted. I'm just gonna start fucking speed typing. Let's go.
Yes. And we're
Okay.
playing fucking fast and loose with the 6 seconds is around thing.
Yeah.
I'm just not gonna do that. I'm gonna say essentially 3 rounds gets you to Naboo.
Sounds good.
Okay. Okay.
That's what we're working with. Okay,
Oh,
next in the order is mine.
Yo! Alrighty. So I had a slight problem. My wizard is mostly enchantment. And enchantment relies on brainwashing people who are within range. That means seeing them. I can't see anyone on that other spaceship, so I've decided, I'm enchanting y'all. I would like to cast Hideous Laughter on Nova.
Ew.
Why?
Why? So it will. Let's see. If she fails a wisdom saving throw, it would become incapacitated and unable to stand for the duration.
Oh my god!
I would like to do that.
Mine wants to turn himself in.
Yeah, mine wants to turn himself in. He wants to turn the ship around, so he's gonna make the driver incapacitated.
I should have picked him.
Okay.
So Nova,
Oh
you
my
need to
God.
do a wisdom saving throw. You need to beat a 16 wisdom.
Bring up.
17. 17?
You beat it.
That saves, right?
Okay.
Yeah, it was
I
a
didn't listen
16.
to what the DC was at all.
Funny enough,
I don't
next in
play
the order is
spellcasters.
Nova.
Okay, here. I have a thing called Information Overload. I can attempt to magically overload the thought of an enemy. So when I use the cantrip Mind Sliver, I can use an extra spell slot to up it 2d6.
Also, shout out to Warforged Games in the chat who said this is a Shreds Junior level twist. You're the Shreds Junior of this game. Look what you've done.
We have
Oh my goodness, really?
First game, it was Will
I don't have the
Campos. I don't know
context
who
for
did
that.
it in Pizzeria, but I guess technically Elisa, but that was me as the DM.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, Connor. Hey, Connor.
Oliver.
Make an intelligence saving throw.
Oh, baby! Yeah, it's a 14.
My DC is 15.
Fuck you! Oh my goodness.
Fuck you.
So what
Let
happens?
me check how many D6 I get to do.
It's like 3D.
Okay.
Oh god.
I don't have a lot of, Robin, I don't have a lot of health.
Yeah.
The first
You did this
death
yourself.
in the game isn't even from
I
Palpatine.
wasn't
Yeah,
doing,
the
okay, I
first death in
wasn't
the
doing
game
a
isn't
spell
even
to you.
mine.
I wasn't doing a spell that would cause you damage. I
You
rarely,
were gonna crash the fucking ship by disabling the pilot. Oh my god. So I get 3d6 damage, and I rolled 2 6s and a 5.
So 17 damage.
Yep.
Yeah.
How you doing, wizard?
How many
Oh,
hit points
well,
do you have, Wizard?
Wizard. How you doing, Whiner?
How you doing, Whiner?
Oh, you know, I'm not doing too well.
Is there anything else you're doing with your turn?
I need to make a dex check to keep doing evasive maneuvers?
Yes.
Trying to keep us from getting shot?
Yes.
Okay. I can't pick up my laptop to show you, but I did just get a nat 20. Yes.
Yeah.
So
So I will say that with your
I have a plus
nat
1 to
20,
dex.
nat 20 evasive maneuvers, any attacks made against your ship in the next round will have disadvantage because you're doing good shit. You're swerving and shit. Next in the order is Rey Stayr-Waiures.
Oh,
Alright.
boy.
As we all know, Rey Stayr-Waiures is very useful in combat. She has so many combat abilities, such as doing jack shit. So Rey Stayr-Waiures is going to stay seated in the back seat and just kind of sit there. And that's her action. She doesn't have an action, but as a bonus action, I'm going to activate Mantle of Inspiration. As a bonus action, you can expend 1 use of your bardic inspiration to grant yourself a wondrous appearance. When you do so, choose a number of creatures you can see and who can see you within 60 feet, equal to my charisma modifier. They gain 5 temporary hit points, and when they have these hit points, you can use your reaction to move up to its speed immediately without provoking opportunity attacks. I can cast this on 4 people.
Give it to Brian.
And it's not everyone here. So Rey Stayr-Waiures is
Turn
going
back.
to do this Mantle of Inspiration. She just it's vaguely emphasized that she looks nice. She always looks nice. You just actually notice now because it's Rey Stayr-Waiures. Why would you look at Rey Stayr-Waiures? Anyway.
Why would you?
Nothing changes.
Good question.
But the people who get these 5 hit points are Lorne, Nova, Brian, and then also Rey Stayr-Waiures can't give it to herself. I think Defense Attorney.
Oh, cool.
No, the Defense Attorney gets them. Give it.
I'm writing your paper.
Ray, the person, agrees. Rey Stayr-Waiures doesn't take into combat. Rey Stayr-Waiures is just picking favorites. Yeah, so I don't know if
popcorn bits went everywhere.
up to speed would apply to the ship because Nova's piloting, but if so, you can take a reaction to move up to speed without opportunity attacks.
So what does that exactly do?
The wording is when a creature gains these temporary hit points, it can immediately use its reaction to move up to its speed without provoking opportunity attack. If that also applies to the ship, we can go zoom.
That apply to the ship.
Yeah. No, I really like that. I think that is essentially you get a boost in you fucking hit the NOS. You're and I would say that
they can't fire at us.
Yeah, so they can't fire at you.
Does that shorten the time?
You know
Yeah,
what?
will that shorten our ETA?
Yeah, I like
we already
that.
can't be hit.
Yes, I like that.
And that would put us 60 feet, so we could have gone out of range.
Yes.
What's the ship's movement? It's more than 60
It's
feet.
It's more than
So
we're going. We're not thinking too hard on specifics of distances here.
Right, maybe not measurements, but
the
time
ship can
measurements?
go in a round is how far
Yes.
the ship goes as a
We move
reaction.
12 seconds instead of 6.
You go twice as far as ship would go in time period, as normal. So
I
you
know,
get a
I was asking
boost.
if that would put us out of range of the other ship.
Well, you're about to find out because it's the other ship's turn. So the primary ship is going to go first, which is the one that you did shoot their cannons. They're gonna take one shot at you as opposed to 3. And they're going to also attempt to try and catch up to you. So I'm going to do an attack first. They're
Are they
going
at disadvantage because of the evasive maneuvers, or was that just... Okay.
Yes, they are. And I realized I didn't tell you, I didn't set a ship AC. I'm gonna
put that down.
I'm gonna set a ship AC of, it's a Spanime ship, so I'm gonna say it's 15.
Yeah.
It's metal, but like not nice.
Yeah. Luckily they did have disadvantage, so they do fire off one shot, but you're able, like, with both you have the power of Rey Star Wars and anime on your side, and you're just flying around. And as you're like going forward,
anime on our side.
You do a little fucking spin, you flip around, and you're like dodging blaster fire.
Rey Star Wars is just in the back.
They are able to pump extra energy into their engines. And so they do kind of and so they do sort of close the distance, but they're not taking more shots. And then the other 2 ships are going to fire. They're not going to try to expend more energy to go further, but they do also have disadvantage. So one of the ships, like, even with your evasive maneuvers, you have like one bolt kind of flies past, you can see it like out the front, but one of them does manage to smack into you, and you take 20 points of damage from that. And then the second one does hit 16 points of damage to you.
We're at 139 right now.
Cool.
I've got it written down. I just had to pull out a calculator.
That is where you're at. So after that round of them doing attacks on you, the main ship has closed the gap and is as close as it was, but only did 1 shot. The other 2 were able to do 2 shots, but they're further away. They did not push forward to keep up with you. Defense attorney's turn.
He literally cannot do anything in this combat.
Go for mine. Go for mine. If you can do damage on mine, he can't turn us in.
Grapple.
I'm gonna cast a command on mine, and he has to beat a Wisdom 18 saving throw.
18? What?
Defense attorney is overpowered.
We're all
What
level
is your-
5. Defense attorney is just at the
Defense
same
attorney's level 11 still, I believe.
Okay.
This is
Yeah, I
new
guess-
information to me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
13.
because he came straight from Pizzeria, which was a level 11 one shot.
13.
Okay,
So what
you're
happens?
You're gonna fall down, basically, and that's the end of my turn.
Okay.
So what was your command?
Grovel.
Oh my god.
Connor,
That
can you give us
happens.
some groveling?
No, I'm
Sure.
good.
No, you have to.
You have to do it. Yeah.
Like a sentence.
Grovel, little man.
Just a little...
Wait, no, I'm googling the spell. I want to see what. Oh, follow command on its next turn. Okay, yeah.
On its next turn? Okay.
Yeah. So I won't be able to do my
When
action.
you come
on my
back
turn.
around, you'll have some groveling to do. Brian, it's your turn.
Brian can't do anything.
You could attack mine.
No, we're in. Yeah, you could attack mine.
You can attack mine, and you've got 1 round, and then you're on a planet. So
Okay.
he's about to take a turn to grovel. So
I really would like to see him
I really-
grovel.
You can hold your turn until after he.
Okay.
you can hold your action.
No, I actually, because I'm a dual weapon ranger, I get 2 actions. I'm going to grapple and restrain mine, and then I will continue on with that turn. I'll just hold it. 9
You
plus
got a 9 on mine.
6.
My AC's 10, guys. I'm a little wizard boy.
Oh, Oh no,
What did you
little guy.
expect? I'm a little
He's
wizard
just a little
boy.
guy. Oh
AC is,
no.
the intern's AC is 13.
Dying, it's his birthday.
No, I'm just sitting
I'm
there like,
so sorry, and it's my birthday.
Brian straight up, he reverse arm bars up, which is horrifying. So you go like, swoop, like that, and just turn him over. And now he may grovel.
Just a little guy.
Yeah, I do have to go to bed. It turns out I
What?
do have
Oh,
work
no.
in the morning.
No.
I do have work in the morning.
Oh no!
So,
Do I have to kill you really fast?
Yeah.
sure.
Mine.
I did have some.
No. Okay. I get
do
two
your
I
turn.
get-
Kill me.
I get 2 actions. I'm going to restrain him, and I will let him grovel, and then I'm going to punch him out.
I'm fine with that.
Connor, is this an
Okay.
acceptable death?
Yeah.
I get 2.
You do. I would like to see you grovel first.
Yeah.
You have to grovel though.
Like, what's my? There's no room for me to grovel on the fucking ground. You don't do this. I'm like trapped in my
down
house.
by Brian. You don't have to be on the ground. You don't have to be on the ground.
I can do it for what I did earlier.
Verbally grovel.
We want to know what
What?
words you say when you grovel.
Basically, like, plead your case for
do a little please,
to
sir.
live,
May I have
or
I not
to leave
be
you
punched?
alone.
Please don't kill me. Oh my god, I don't want to fucking die. I mean, I was gonna turn myself in, but I really didn't want to die back then because like that just felt like a lot. That's why I said I didn't want to do the death thing. I didn't think we were gonna be able to escape. I just kind of wanted to go back.
Brian clocks
I was
him.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Perfect.
Alrighty.
And,
Good night, y'all.
Wait, I have one more thing, because I'm a ranger, therefore I'm stacked. Attack,
Okay.
attack. Bonus move in action. Brian takes out a Sharpie and draws a mustache on him.
Penis on the forehead.
That's all my turns, thank you.
Alrighty. Good night, y'all.
And mine is now out on the
He's
ground.
just fucking gone.
For
We're leaving him in
now.
the ship, so whatever happens to him happens to him.
Imagine getting coffin nailed by a frat boy in a
Yeah.
spaceship.
Lauren, it's your turn. So if the ship is intact by the end of the round, you will make it to Naboo, which is where the place is that you're trying to do shit.
Since I'm co-piloting,
Ye-
I'm going
Yes.
to I'm gonna make another attack on the cannons, but I'm also going to use my bonus action to dash. Meaning that if Nova also dashes, we'll get there on Nova's turn.
Okay.
Pretty much. Instead
Yeah,
of at
you
the
can
end
do
of
that.
the turn. And then I'm going to attack
I
Yeah.
will
the
say
cannons again.
that
Attack the cannons.
it doesn't have the special like thing where when you leave you didn't disengage essentially. So I am going to have there's only, to be fair, there's only one ship that you are like technically like engaged with.
she's
like, the
just
other
trying to
ones are
get out
also
the
whatever,
cannon.
so-
Do they still have disadvantage from
Yeah,
Nova's roll from last?
My turn hasn't come back around yet.
Your
so
turn
it's-
hasn't come back around yet, so yes, they would.
Would I be able to use Uncanny Dodge on this attack?
I would say so. You do get hit by the big ship. So,
That's understandable. Whatever you roll for attack, just halve it and then tell it to us.
Shitty.
Oh,
so you take 32 points of damage.
I just
Is that
have
half?
to look at what my actual Star
Yeah,
Wars
that's
friends
half.
sent me.
Oh my god, so
Yeah.
Hey,
Gaga.
City, earmuffs real fast. Yo, we don't have a lot of hit points left before we're dead in the water. So like, we gotta get moving.
Will, if you dash on your turn, or
Yeah,
even if
hope.
I think even
We're going to
with
crash into
just
the
Lorne
planet
dashing,
if
I
it
think
blows
we'll
up.
get there pretty quickly.
Even if we crash.
Even if we
on the
crash.
planet, like,
We just have to get on
I
the
haven't
planet.
Good news is
Drive
we'll be
that
landing
quickly.
soon.
I
The bad
know.
news is we're crash landing. Can I roll my attack on the cannon?
Happens.
Because if I take the
You
cannon
can.
out, they can't opportunity attack us.
Correct.
Yes. And she said it was hanging on by a thread, so like,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
do that damage.
That is a 19.
That does hit. That does
So
hit.
it's a d12. That is plus 3. 11 points of damage to it.
As you speed away from it, you dash. You know, your hands are flying like faster than you can see, and you shoot forward. They let off a blast, and you know, as you're going, and bam, it hits into the back of your ship. It takes a chunk off of the of the casing of the ship, but you swing your one gun back around.
We lost Yuri from we lost the titular Yuri from Yuri on Spice.
You lost the titular Yuri from Yuri on Spice, and you let off your one blaster fire, and the cannon on the bottom of the ship explodes into 1,000 pieces.
So that means that they can't get opportunity or normal attacks on us anymore. Just that ship, though.
Indeed. Next up is Vita.
So I'm just rolling to see if I'm distracted, right?
Yeah.
Like if I'm interrupted? Okay.
Yes. And if you do get interrupted,
And
you
it's
don't write
invested.
anymore in this next round.
Oh, I'm in the middle of editing. How dare you?
Yep.
Okay, it's investigation, right? Yeah, that's what we
Yeah.
said it was. That's a 17. I'm so nervous because I'm like so close to being done with it.
I would say that you're really fucking close. As like the ship gets blasted, your laptop like falls out of your grip. The screen kind of cracks a bit, but it still seems like it's working and it's fine, and you're able to pick it back up and you're able to keep working.
Okay, because I will say if it
Stress
was
roll?
out another laptop, I grabbed two.
Yeah, that is absolutely a stress roll.
If it's a stress roll, okay. That's a 63. I'm fine.
You're fine.
I'm in the zone.
No, I will say that at this point, though, sometimes you will still take stress, just less stress, even if you do pass.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. What do you want me to do?
I feel like that one would have been a D10, I would say, and so it is going to be it would have been a D10. It is a D6
Okay.
as the lesser value.
Okay. 1.
Okay, you
Great.
gain 1 stress. It is not Mine's turn because he's unconscious.
Mine is dead.
Actually, I'm gonna, just for funsies, I'm gonna roll a death save for him.
Do it.
Yeah, roll mine's death save. What? What?
I so that you don't think I'm fucking lying to you, can you see the D20 here?
Isn't that that one?
That one!
Oh my god.
Which is 2 death save, two
That's
failures.
2 failed death saves.
I
So
can't believe Dark's gonna get killed when he's not here.
so that's his turn. It is now Nova's turn.
Dash, dash, dash. They can't get opportunity attacks.
On a dash. Gotta go fast.
Gotta go fast.
The intern, after taking out the cannon, turns to Nova and just goes, floor it.
You zoom. I
I
still have you make.
like a roller coaster. She's like,
Woo! Here's what we're gonna do. The doing a dash gets you like to the planet. You're at Naboo.
Oh, now I have to try and land?
Yes. So how many what's your ship looking like right now?
7
Bad.
hit points before we're dead in the water.
Oh my god.
Really? Oh my
You
god.
said at half health it stops moving but doesn't crash, right? So it's 7 from
Yeah.
stopping moving entirely.
fine, we're on a planet now. We'll just go.
So yeah, we're good. Everything's fine. Everything's
The
fine.
ship is
Yep.
limping in.
It's
The
like
ship is-
chugging.
Yes. I will have you first make a perception check to kind of look for A, the place that you're trying to go, and B, a place to land there.
14.
With a 14, I would say that as a journalist, you've been to a lot of places. You've definitely been to Naboo. You kind of know your way around Naboo pretty well. So you know where the building is that you're trying to get to. You don't really see a super open place to land. Your options are like, if you want to try to land like right at the building, you could try to like land in the street. There are other kind of cars and people around. You could land there and not hit them, but it would be a higher chance.
And what
or
would
you
the
could
stat
go-
be for that?
It would be a dex thing. It would probably be, or I would let you do artificer shit.
Intelligence?
Yeah, I would let you do
Yeah.
that if you're using your artificer tools and shit.
Okay. Ooh. Yeah. Hey guys, do I kill civilians maybe on accident?
That's up to you.
Yeah, I know.
Here's your call, bud.
I gotta
your
have an
call.
ethics crisis.
Can Lorne help with co-piloting to like negate any sort of disadvantage or give advantage?
Your turn is over. You were on the guns. So I'm gonna say no on that.
Lose kind of thing. Again.
Yes.
Can I give them survival bonus?
What does that entail?
It's my class's whole thing. I get advantage. Hold on. Hey, bestie, you'll never believe what Naboo is.
Grassland?
What is it? What is it, Ray? You're not Ray. God fucking damn it, Lou.
I never Ray, actually.
Grass. Cindy's crying. We did it. We killed Cindy.
Someone else did.
I broke a man in a grassland.
Someone
Jesus
quote
fucking
I'm
Christ. Okay.
Brian
Chad,
Chad
do in the
gets
grassland,
advantage
Lou.
on. Brian Chad gets advantage on scouting out and surviving in and navigating grasslands because he's a grassland ranger.
Grassland Ranger.
Grassland Ranger.
Hey, Lou, is it your turn?
Grassland Ranger.
No, but it's,
Hey, Lou, is it your
it's
turn?
about to be. No, but it's about to be
Yeah,
actually.
But like,
No. It will be in a
are
hot
you landing
second.
the ship right now?
No, but I would love to help my dear friend. Now that we are no longer in combat.
I mean, you
We
could
are in
hold
combat.
your action. We are in combat.
We are in combat.
Oh, I've had a
We'll
thought.
be in space.
I've had a thought.
Yes.
Yeah,
These
yeah,
ships
yeah.
are significantly bigger than ours, right? These
Yeah,
Imperial
That's
ships?
correct.
They're bigger than the
Correct.
car we're in.
You fucker.
So,
Affectionate.
do you think I could, this probably would be a hell of a DC, but find a place that's safe to land that's not in the street where you said, but that is small enough that I think the Imperial ships would have too much trouble landing there.
I will
Or that
have
they would
you
have to land
do
further away.
a
Before Brian does
investigation.
Investigation. Okay.
I think I am
I have
about
a
to win.
+7 to investigation. So maybe I should just do that.
Yeah. That sounds like a good idea.
can
If
do
you've
what?
got +7 to investigation.
Just investigate.
I have to take another picture.
Hey!
27.
27. You are able to find a kind of like tucked away sort of like weird little alley thing, like where
Space
you
alley.
know what? Yeah, it's a space alley. Where you know that it would be very difficult. Where you know it'd be very difficult for the Imperial ships to land. But you are hypothetically able to land there. And that will require your final check of your landing here, which is dexterity. I will call it acrobatics. It's the closest thing, I feel like.
Oh boy, here we go.
Let's go.
Watch this be a
fingers
nat
crossed,
one
fingers
on the
crossed.
for the 2 nat 20s. Yeah, everybody get these. Okay, that's like middling. That's a 13.
We didn't get under 10.
Yeah.
The ship
The ship probably won't fly after this.
lands. The ship lands. You hear basically like every internal function break. Just everyone make a quick dex save. Because
God.
you
I
are
get
landing
double
hard.
proficiency bonus on that.
16.
Or
The D20.
22.
Fire webs on it.
Somebody's gonna kill Brian Chad next.
Everyone who got less than a 15 takes
Ooh.
9 points of bludgeoning damage as just like either you slam into walls or things slam into you.
The intern lands in the mouse pad.
Are we out of combat? Are we out of
Okay.
combat?
For the moment, yes.
Cool. Can I submit the article right now? It's done.
We have to get to the
We have to
location.
get to the
That's
thing.
not
You're
how
right.
that
I
works.
thought it was like a Wi-Fi signal thing. Okay.
No, it's
No,
like
it's like a
a
beacon.
hardwire,
We're
like a.
transporting to every single person in the entire galaxy.
Yeah.
But we have to get
Yeah.
to the thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's get to the thing.
It's very much a fetch quest sort of thing.
Can I have the intern roll investigation to
Reverse
locate the thing? Or should we all do
Sure.
like a collective investigation check?
It's in a building, yeah.
So while you were landing, Brian Chad is standing like a dad at the window, and he looks out. He goes, "Is that grass? I love grass." And then he gets
Thanks, Brian.
double proficiency on his investigation check because we are now in the grass fucking land, buddy. Welcome to the Jungle actually starts playing.
Good.
It's the jungle.
You see that overhead, the other
Oh,
three,
dang.
the Imperial ships approach, and
and
they are going to
Well,
land.
hey, they can't
but they
track
are a
us
little bit
anymore.
a ways
They can't
further
track
than
us
you are.
anymore because our ship's destroyed.
Yep. I got a 16 investigate, but I
read them off?
got 21.
Yeah, I think the highest is Ray with 21.
Yep.
Okay. You're able. I think, Ray, you've never been here before. You definitely have never been here before. But
Chad
just
was
get
here
a
once in
sense-
college.
I feel like Ray Star Wars has a sense to like always know where the most important place to be is. Like, 'cause she's Ray Star Wars.
He's important. Clearly.
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
the dog was important.
Yes. So you
my
know,
God, this guy sometimes.
essentially, you have to go up to the fucking top of the cool building.
Alright.
Okay, so there's a cool building. We have to go to the top because if we're really tall, we'll be able to send messages better. That's how it works. Perfect. Let's go.
Sure thing, Miss Star
Sounds
Wars.
fair to me.
Tallest person in this
Get
party.
really tall.
Sure thing,
Yeah.
Miss
Well,
Star
that
Wars.
definitely makes sense, Miss Star Wars.
Thank you. I'm very smart.
I know
Yeah,
Miss
you
Star
are,
Wars.
Ray. You're really
Yes, you
smart,
are, Miss
actually.
Star Wars, and I rolled deception on that.
Yes. Anyways, we should
I
get going because I
Miss
do
Star
believe we
Wars.
do not have much longer before they find us.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah. And at that, you definitely like
Very
start
important. That's
to
what we
hear approaching groups. Like
Yep.
they're still a little
It's
away
so
from
great
me.
that we can move
Like-
stealthily at a normal pace in a grassland.
We're leaving mine behind on the ship.
We're leaving mine. Yep. He can die.
Yeah.
I feel bad about that. I'm gonna
Mhm.
I'm gonna get him out of the ship at least.
Can we actually? Can mine have a? Can we get? What happened to mine when we crash landed? Because I think he's dead.
Yeah. What is
Oh. Oh,
What is
because he.
You can't
Oh,
hold that.
He's
auto-gun
unconscious.
damage to him.
Yeah.
It auto hits.
Mine's dead.
It auto
auto
hit.
fail save.
So,
Mine's dead.
yeah. So yeah. Jumping backwards. Before you guys leave the ship. When you crash land, you realize that he's not breathing and his head is at the wrong angle.
About that.
When
One of your coworkers is actively dead in front of you.
Ray Star
Ray
Wars
Star
will
Wars
stare at this man for 30 full seconds, and then just turn around and leave.
Vita looks at his corpse and she's like she hasn't even gotten up from her seat because I got a 17 on the dex thing, so I'm just assuming that I had my seatbelt on and so I wasn't affected by it. I've just been sitting in the back typing away, and so like it crashes. She like unbuckles her seatbelt. She closes her laptop and she just looks at his corpse and she goes, "Well, if only you actually cared about journalism." Then she gets up and she leaves.
Damn.
So good. Lorne like
Lorne
looks
does
down,
what?
steps outside, throws up.
Anyone who was at all emotionally attached to their coworker, even if it was begrudging, roll stress.
I think anyone
intern
would be
is
stressed
like a
about their
Jedi.
man's neck going wrong
You know
angle.
what?
Hear
No,
me out.
you all no. Fucking everyone roll stress right now.
Okay.
No.
Because at
I
the very
just don't
least,
care about him.
at the very least, someone who is on the same mission as you, it resulted in their
This
death
is
in
kind
front
of
you.
like, this would be the moment where we
going to
all
roll
realize
stress.
this is fucking serious.
If you fail, it's a D12. If you pass, it's a D8 still.
Sydney,
Yes.
I
yes.
think that Brian Chad should take at least 2d12 of damage for killing someone, because he took 1d12
Oh.
of damage for stressing someone out.
Yeah, that's very fair.
He takes 19 damage.
Oh my god. Lauren got a 7.
On the D8, yeah. And if
oh
you get
boy.
above 5, you roll the D8, right?
If you get above, yes. This is very intern. You come to the realization that none of your friends are actually on your side. How are you guys are really your friends? If they were, they wouldn't have let you get this stressed and in this situation, right? You can't trust them. For the next 4 minutes, you treat all of your allies with complete suspicion and distrust.
The intern already knew this.
Yes. But
This
like
is just how intern already acts. She does not trust any of these motherfuckers, and she never has.
okay, who got the 6? Aren't you a bit tired?
Nova.
Wouldn't you like to just take a little rest? Yeah, you pass out on the ground.
Great.
Ray Star Wars. Ray Star Wars got a 3. This will be interesting from Ray Star Wars. Someone nearby to you, and just tell them off. Just really let them have it. You've had it.
Should we just roll to see who's closest to her?
Yeah. Roll who's close to see who's closest to Ray Star Wars. Whoever
What
rolls
is it,
the
a
highest
20?
wins.
Whoever rolls the
Whoever rolls the
lowest.
Yeah.
Whoever rolls the lowest.
4!
It's-
Lowest?
4!
Oh, this is well deserved.
I got
1! Yes!
Ah.
Well,
Alrighty. Why have you been typing this entire time and not helping the rest of us do anything? We've been going around this galaxy for... fuck, we haven't gone that far. We haven't really gone that far. I'm having a great day. We just crashed a ship and someone fucking died. It's been a great time. Why have you just been typing? We have to, like, transport the thing. We can't just post it somewhere. Our publication kind of got kaboomed. This is a great day. We have to go to the tower. Can you help us get there? Are you kind of just here?
Miss Star Wars, I was writing the article you asked me to write.
I didn't ask you to do anything. You decided to
But
do
I
that
would be
on
more
your
efficient.
own.
I will be more efficient.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you for your criticism,
Get
ma'am.
her
I will take it to
ass.
heart.
Okay.
And her eye like twitches at like saying I will take criticism to heart. Like visibly twitches.
Somebody else also got a 7.
That was Brian.
Yeah. You also have the same one as Lauren.
So
The intern,
you're
which
suspicious
is,
of everyone and you don't trust anyone.
You are suspicious of everyone and you suspect that all of your friends may actually be trying to kill you.
Yeah.
Or be against you. Or
I think
whatever.
the intern's going to turn around and just be like, seeing... Because I think if everyone's walking, she's probably most likely to turn to, like, defense attorney and be like, Mr. Attorney, can you grab the one on the floor? I do not wish to be near her right now.
Alright.
Shaking visibly,
the
and then just
hardest
follows
thing
after Ray Star Wars.
Trying to explode Nova with her mind.
Defense attorney picks up Nova and follows everyone else.
Defense attorney for the
Fucking
first time
Brian
in his
Chad.
life takes
Oh my
has been
instructions.
sitting here staring at his hands for like a good amount of time, and then eventually
Oh, God.
he kind of goes like he gets like a little sigh, and then he follows them, but he does not help them. They do not have his grassland advantage anymore because he doesn't want
Oh
to
my
help
God.
them.
Oh god.
No,
He
you-
thinks they led him on to killing someone.
Yeah, how long does
Your
this
timer
last for
passed.
us?
Hold on.
Until we get our grass power. I'm concerned about our grass power.
For
You're
the
not
next
concerned about
3
Brian?
minutes.
Is Nova still
I think
knocked out?
Nova was only a minute. And given all of the bullshit and arguing and yelling, I feel like Nova is starting to like kind of come to on the ground.
Yay, we get Robin Wrights back. Yay, Robin
I'm
Wright.
being carried.
And
No, she's defense attorney's arms.
You
He's just like,
see
okay, wait.
Imperials approaching. Not very far down the street.
Okay.
Screaming.
What if we start
go. Yeah, we're running.
You guys you bolt in through this building. There are some people in there, like, just working. It is just, like, it's a fucking communications building, essentially. There are people here who have similar jobs to you, who have been kind of concerned watching out the window, like, whatever the fuck is happening, and they definitely seem to be, like, whispering to each other, clearly recognizing you from all of the fucking wanted posters, but none of them are moving to stop you.
Would I have a minute to speak, Ray Star Wars? Workers.
You can take the chance. There are Imperials and Stormtroopers very close. You can choose to stay on the chance that they might catch up to you, or you can not. Your call.
What I've got is enthralling performance, which is if I perform for at least 1 minute, I can essentially make everyone in this area idolize me. But it's a gamble if the Imperial people get here, but I can just recruit this entire office of workers. You know, we'll go for it. This seems like Ray Star Wars isn't smart. And I can go off for a minute if you want me to.
I want to know what your performance is.
My idea was to ramble off like a traditional, like, inspirational speech that means absolute bullshit.
Yes.
Corporate we're family synergy stuff.
Yes. I'm gonna set a minute timer, and if you can uninterrupted give me a full-on corporate bullshit speech.
I was in competitive public speaking for 8 years. Try me.
Oh, yeah. I'm proud of you. Okay, here we go.
Let's go.
Go.
Hey, everyone, can I have your attention, please? Yes, that means you. Yes, all of you. You're all doing such a great job working here. You really do valuable work for the whole galaxy. You know, communication is just such a valued skill in our economy these days. It really helps make the flow of money go from place to place, and it's just such an inspiration to see hard workers such as you. You know, the intern always told me that, you know, a corporation is like a family. And if we all work together as family, we all work together towards the same common goal. So, if you can help us along our mission, we have information that we have to give to the galaxy, and that's what you guys all do here. And if we all work together, we can send it to across the whole, and you can influence nations. Wouldn't that be great? Yeah, and you can join my family. I have a really big family. There's a lot of people, but it's gonna be such a great time.
You did, yes.
Thank you.
And as you give this inspirational speech, everyone else is probably already on their way up.
Yep.
Right? As this is happening.
I think everyone has left Ray Star Wars behind.
You have essentially bought your allies some time. Unfortunately, the Imperial Army has arrived.
The tax people, welcome. These people pay tax.
And
these people
you
pay
see that one by one, all of the people in the office stand up. You see a Twi'lek woman stand up and take a pair of scissors and hold it in her hands. And you see a human man over by the window take out his stapler, and he's like a stapler gun, and he's holding it out in front of him. And like you see this entire office stand up with their makeshift weapons, led by Ray Star Wars. And like everyone
down there.
Is Defense Attorney still down there?
He
didn't go down?
He's with Red.
Okay.
That's his kid.
And
Oh my god.
the room full of stormtroopers draw their weapons, and I would like everyone to please go into initiative again.
Yep.
Absolutely, I will. Oh my god, I'm gonna cry. That's amazing.
I'm about to cry. That's so good.
Just real quick while we're rolling for initiative.
Yeah.
Brian Chad pats defense attorney on the shoulder and he goes, "Hey, defense attorney, if I die because of like angry office people, you can't tell my son I killed someone. That's like a really bad example."
Yeah.
Brian Chad has
Wait,
a son?
He's gonna be like, yeah, of course, I won't tell your son that. Can you remind me of your son's name so I can get in contact with him?
No.
And the web grows more
Luke,
intricate.
did you not name your son?
No.
Did you not name
I did name my son, but then I changed my last name.
Oh no.
What is your original last name?
Does it perhaps start with an S?
Does it start with an
It
S?
does. Brian's son is Jem Sexton.
Yeah!
I have a DM to Bobby like 12 hours ago.
That was the thing you had
I
suspicions
just go
about?
fucking screenshot it.
That's so fucking good.
So good. Oh my god, I'm obsessed.
Brian Chad's
That's
son is
so
the titular
good.
Jem Sexton.
Brian Chad's son, Jem Sexton.
Oh my god. Okay.
Oh my god,
I
that's
was
so
not gonna
good.
say it, and the next campaign I was gonna have Sonny be like, "Yeah, my asshole ex-husband Brian, who just went missing," and then
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. Fucking
yes.
no more fucking around. High gear, guys.
Let's go.
Okay. First in the order is Vida.
Awesome. Okay, so I am already running to where I need to go to get to the article. Am I
Yes.
already there by the time initiative is started?
I'm gonna say you're at like sort of the entrance to the big room. So,
Cool.
getting to the big Star Wars room.
Star Wars room,
in
yes.
in traditional Star Wars fashion, in the center of the room, you've got a big ass console. It's got lots of things that are lighting up on it.
Mhm.
It's got 4 different bridges that are leading into it, and there's a big ass chasm below it. Where should that even go to? Doesn't make sense. It shouldn't even be in this building, but there's a big chasm.
Yep, that
So,
sounds right.
yeah.
Yep.
So, do I know where I need to go to upload the article, or do I have to push some buttons to figure that out?
You don't really know how the upload system works, but
Then,
that's what you can spend an action to figure out the like mechanics of what the fuck you're doing.
Yes. Okay. I'm gonna roll investigation then.
Yes.
I got a 14.
With a 14, doesn't quite. This is not the same system that you're used to. And so you have your article, and it's just not connecting.
Okay.
And you're trying, but you don't actively get anywhere. Next up is the office workers downstairs.
Yay.
Good.
Um,
Do they have
and so
We got this.
you see that as the stormtroopers are beginning to flood into the building, you see more than just the first one. A couple of them have like taken either scissors or like X-Acto knives or things like that. X-Acto knives. Various sharp objects, letter openers, all that bullshit. And have just started fucking stabbing and slashing at some of these stormtroopers. And a few of them are able to like get in through their armor. So they take out a solid chunk of the people who are invading. Unfortunately, next is the stormtroopers.
Oh no.
And so,
Very proud of my
and the Imperials. Ooh, as much as they're taking off like bits of the edges, but everyone else in the middle still has guns.
Yeah.
And you see that slowly, inevitably, these Imperials are just one by one. You see the office workers begin to drop. You see a lot of them
so
are
attached to these
actively
office
trying
workers.
to block Rey, Star Wars. And one of them, like, does take a blaster to the chest in front of you, like dives in front of you, Ray. And so like you haven't been hit because a lot of them are actively trying to protect you. So next in the order is defense attorney.
So he's gonna tell Ray to run, and then he has a gun. He's gonna shoot at the like closest stormtrooper.
There's a few Imperials, like officers, who are kind of leading the charge of stormtroopers. So you can definitely shoot at one of them.
Okay, I'll shoot at one of them. Does a 17 hit?
Definitely does.
So they take 28 damage.
Damn.
Yeah. Bam. Fucking one hit. Like as your blaster goes off, this man's head fucking just explodes.
Damn.
And next in the order is Ray Star-Waiures.
Okay, so Ray Star-Waiures will jump off from the table she was standing on. Go, you got him! Give Bardic Inspiration to just the collective of the office workers, however you want to use that. It's a D8 of inspiration. And then kind of back up towards whatever staircase we have behind us.
You start going up the stairs, and
Oh my god.
you see that as the last of the office workers go down, the stormtroopers and Imperials, one by one, down the line, stops being a mass of people and becomes a neat and orderly 2 rows.
Yes.
And one by one, they snap to attention.
No.
Yeah! The man himself
Walks into the room.
Dun 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 dun.
Dun, dun, dun. And the Imperial March fucking plays.
Is he singing
And,
along? Is he singing along?
The one with the lyrics.
Invaders, run and hide from the space invaders.
And he walks down the 2 rows of stormtroopers that have started for him to pass. And defense attorney is still here, correct?
He is.
Ray Star-Waiures is still probably vaguely there because she can't get that far. Assuming
Yes.
this room is longer than 30 feet.
You didn't trust
like,
them?
It's like defense attorney, Ray Star-Waiures, Brian Chad.
Yeah.
And then Palpatine's over there.
And Vita's in the room. I think it's like a lineup.
I think the intern, Lorne, and Nova are like up the stairs.
Yeah,
or
we went up the
whatever, right?
stairs.
Yeah, we're in the middle.
We're in the bridge thing.
Yeah. She's in, like,
I'm so
the-
stressed about what's going to happen.
I'm so excited! Ray Star-Wairs is gonna die!
The
Ray Star-Waiires
first
is gonna die.
thing,
Defense attorney's gonna watch this happen.
Oh, defense attorney's gonna watch it happen!
the first thing that he's going to do is Palpatine walks into this room, and he kind of surveys what has happened here, and he looks up and he sees defense attorney, and he says, I really think that you should have stayed with the group, and maybe next time
We went to
you'll
go
make
ice
better
cream,
choices. And he's going to walk over to Ray Star-Waiures.
No.
And he looks very pointedly at defense attorney. He says, next time you will make better choices. And summoning out of nowhere is
A trumpet.
his packed weapon, a blood red lightsaber.
No. It should have been the trumpet.
And he stabs Ray Star-Waiures in the chest.
Oh,
Ray Star-Waiures has 25 hit points.
Okay.
oh
So-
my god. Oh my god. It's happening.
So
it's
his
happening
first
tonight.
hit is a 26. Does that does that hit?
Does a 26
Cool.
hit your bird?
Hit your daughter?
Does a 26 hit your daughter?
So make it some Ray Star-Wurries with a stab to the chest takes 16 points of damage. And with his second attack. Oh, and also because what he did, he used like a smite thing on that, essentially, like an eldritch thing. She becomes knocked prone with that, so I would, like, with the first hit. So I feel like she takes the blade to the chest and just kind of, like, falls down to her knees.
Yeah.
And he just pulls back and he's going to take another swing at her. And
oh my
he
god.
does.
Guys,
Decapitate
it's
her.
just like when Han Solo died.
12 more points of damage.
Ray Star-Wurries is down.
And Ray Star-Wurries is down.
It just turns up the camera. Character down, character down.
Down.
I just assume that I will be dead.
So then defense attorney is going to send a text, and that's all he does in response to watching his daughter die.
Oh
And
my god.
yeah, so he takes his
He's having a
blade
bad
back.
day.
And he looks over at like the rest of the troopers and are just like, make sure he doesn't do anything else that he'll regret. And he goes up the stairs.
I'm gonna do anything.
Oh my god.
Oh no, that's where I am.
That's where the rest of us are,
Queen.
except Brian Chad.
Intern and Nova
Next
are up
in
here.
the order is going to be Lorne. Yeah.
Yes, great. Lorne's immediately, because the other three besides Brian Chad, the three ladies that aren't Ray Star Wars,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna use my turn on investigating the big device to either figure out where we send the article from or lower the DC for next time we roll investigation on it by figuring out where we don't send the article from.
Yeah.
Smart.
That is a 16.
With a 16, it's not quite enough to get everything started immediately, but the DC is lower to actually, like,
Awesome.
go.
I'm going to use my bonus action to hide. So that if anyone... I'll hide near the door, the entrance, so that if anyone comes in, Lorne can get her
Okay, yeah. No, I get you. I get you.
5d6 surprise and sneak attack. Because it'll be her first attack in combat.
Okay. Next is Nova.
I'm gonna do the same thing that Lorne just did.
Yep.
So what was that roll? I'm gonna try and like lower the DC.
Investigation.
Investigation. 16 plus 7. Jesus.
16 plus 7. Yeah, absolutely. I will say that because Nova rolled so high and is also an artificer and like does this shit as like her whole job, she is able fairly easily to kind of figure out how this system works. And so it should be pretty easy when it comes back around to Vita's turn for her to act like get things uploading to start that process. As you are getting into the zone on this machine that you've started to work on, you hear the sound of many sets of footsteps, and a second group of not as many as like the full army downstairs, but just as like general people who are kind of stationed around. A few like stormtroopers and Imperials are starting to kind of come in through the like 4 entrances to this room. They're going to try and fire a few shots at you guys.
Cool.
So first, Vita, does a 15 hit you?
Oh, unfortunately, yes, it does.
So you take 6 points of damage as you're hit with a blaster to the shoulder. And then in turn, you do see like somebody comes past you and they
Can I
don't seem to
opportunity
see
attack
you.
with my reaction then?
You can opportunity attack.
Great.
Yep.
The intern is going to take the only weapon that she has other weapons, but I'm saying this is the one that she took with her, is a bowcaster. Which is the thing that Chewbacca has, because it goes pew pew pew.
Nice.
Because it's a
so
crossbow,
roll an attack.
and she's proficient with crossbows. That is a 16 plus 6, so that is a 22.
Yep, that hits.
Great.
Roll some damage.
14 damage.
You see that this stormtrooper seems to have been was reporting to where there's supposed to be an incident and raises his gun to try and fire another shot off at Vita, and you just out of the fucking darkness nowhere, just bam, and he drops to the ground.
Vita says thank you.
And that one is out.
Vita says for the first time in her life to the intern, a genuine thank you.
Brian, it's your turn.
Oh my god, them.
Okay, how am I going to play this? Where is Palpatine? Let's just go for it.
Palpatine is coming up the stairs right now.
So Brian's at the bottom of the stairs.
Okay.
And he has, because we are in a grassland, he has 3 actions. He has bonus action and 2 attacks. He's going to run up the stairs, and he's going to turn to Defense Attorney, and he's going to say, hey, Defense Attorney, if you see my son, can you tell him I tried to kill this guy? And then he grapples him. He's grappling fucking Palpatine.
Oh my god.
So that is a 19 plus 6.
25. So Palpatine gets higher than a 25 on strength.
Palpatine rolled a 10. So.
Oh my god.
Brian Chad grapples him.
Brian Chad grapples him.
A frat boy wrestling Palpatine is the funniest image I've ever thought of.
So fucking good.
He is going to he's going to take his hand back, and he's going to clock Palpatine as hard as he can.
Yes.
I have a question. Would Palpatine being grappled and then punched by a frat boy jock not give him some psychological damage flashbacks to his band kid sheep days?
Palpatine rolls for stress.
Please. Yes. Oh my god.
And then
Hell yeah.
Palpatine, actually, I have one more thing to say. You know how before he killed Minor, he said something to him?
Yeah.
This time, before he punches Palpatine, he's gonna say, "This is for stealing my wife, bitch."
Oh my god!
Yes!
That's so good!
Oh, hell yeah!
Yeah. I'm in love with Brian Chad, actually.
He's so good. He's so good.
He's
okay.
Assuming that a 17 hits Palpatine's AC. I rolled really well.
A 17 beats it. So
yeah, gets 18 damage.
18 damage. Nice. You punch him in the face. I think he looks genuinely kind of alarmed. You both jump on him and punch him in the face. And he looks pissed, but for a second, it's surprise. You're not sure if it's fear, but it's something. This takes us back up to Vita.
Compilation.
Okay, wonderful. So Vita is going to once again attempt to upload the article.
And
yes.
now we know how to do that because of the other two.
Question.
Yes.
Am I still rolling investigation now?
I think you could start it, and then it'd just be trying to defend the post so that they don't stop the upload.
So how it's going to work is, I don't think you really, because at this point, I think Nova's role covered figuring out how to do it, and then yours is, now it is in process of uploading, and you have to defend your position as it,
so it's already
is in the process of loading. You are starting it right now.
Okay. Am I rolling to upload it? Or has it started?
I don't think you need to roll. I think you just start it. You have to. It's your turn to start it, but you see that as you are able, as Nova comes over and is able to help you. You see she takes out all of her tools and all of her things, and she's messing around with all the different panels and whatever, and she gets it hooked up to your laptop. And you see that finally your screen goes bright white, and then you see a progress bar begin. It says 1%.
Okay, so I just realized these are the remaining girls now doing all the tech stuff.
Mhm.
We love women in STEM.
Women
Anyway.
in STEM.
Women in STEM. Oh my god, women in STEM. Okay.
Guys, wait, guys.
Women in
We
STEM.
passed the Bechdel
Yes.
test.
Oh my
We did!
The first conversation in the one shot was two women talking about taxes.
Yes.
We
We did it.
Okay.
Who's currently in the room besides Nova and Intern?
There are some troopers who are starting to come in. A couple of them, like stragglers that had just been sort of posted around.
All right, wonderful. So first things first, Vita Eckelberg has just had the most annoying long day of her life. She has dealt with nonsense. She has dealt with Mind being just a whiny little bitch the whole time.
Yes.
She's been holding it in, and now is the time she's going into a rage.
Yay!
She's going into a rage. And you see that she reaches into her like suit jacket and she pulls out a massive whip. She has a whip on her.
Whoa.
She has
Whoa.
Okay.
Good
has
for
a
So
whip.
this is still that kind of show. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Not a BDSM
Sydney.
podcast.
Not a BDSM podcast, but it
a
is a Jar
BDSM
Jar Fox
stream.
podcast.
But a BDSM
The
stream.
coolest one. That was out of the box. I've never had a character have this before. I tried to be cool, and you guys made it gross. How dare you?
No,
thought
I
the
think
cool-
this is
Sorry.
great.
I don't know what you expected out of Jar Jar Court, to be honest.
What did you expect from
Anyway,
us?
so no, you want me to put it away and take out her crossbow instead? I've played crossbow. I'll take out her crossbow.
Anyway,
No, take out the fucking
No,
whip.
do your fucking cool moment. Do your fucking cool moment.
Okay.
Go.
Takes it out, and she's just gonna she's gonna try and try and grab like the hand of one of the stormtroopers that has a gun in it and like
Yeah. Got
Alright.
you.
does
Roll attack.
a 19 hit?
Absolutely, it does.
Oh, it's +6 because I'm in a rage. It's a 25 actually.
It still hits.
Fuck yeah! 4 + 3 is 7.
Yep. And I'll do you one better. As you swing your whip around, it wraps around a stormtrooper's arm, and you just yank it to the side, and he flies down the pit.
Wilhelm
Awesome.
scream, and then we got the Wilhelm scream.
Yeah, and then there's a Wilhelm scream.
Oh,
Ah!
beautiful. So she does that. She then pulls it right back, and then she now is going to take her second attack, and she's going to just basically try and do the same thing she just did, but to another one.
Yes.
This is so good.
I
Go
cannot
for
make
it.
this up.
Roll.
It's another 25. It is another.
Yep. Done.
It's another 25.
Woo!
And you know what? Just to save us time, the way that I've written stormtroopers, in alignment with how Star Wars works, they all have 1 hit point. If you hit them, they automatically die. So
Oh, good.
I can't aim.
as you do this, you swing around to another side and you throw another guy down the pit, and it just if my fucking
Please, everyone be quiet.
there you go. As another
I love
stormtrooper goes down the pit.
And hold on, let me make sure I don't have any other random things that I could do because I'm in a rage. Yeah, no, it's just advantage on strength check
Okay.
/
Next
blah blah blah, all that fun stuff.
The stormtroopers, first group of them, so the ones that were downstairs, and they're all down on that same level with Brian Chad, who is currently grappling Palpatine.
The shit out of him too.
Now, troopers can't.
And you just kick the shit out of them. They can't aim either.
Did they maybe accidentally hit Palpatine?
It's possible.
Yeah, what are the
I
odds of
think-
them hitting Palpatine?
I think here, one of them is gonna fire a shot. One of them fires a shot, and it goes past Brian Chad and cinches very close to Palpatine's cloak. And he just looks back at them and goes, get the others. I've got this handled. And then they are going to go up the stairs, and they're all heading up towards the
They only have 1 hit point, guys.
To the
It's
women's
fine.
computer room. Essentially, there's a whole army of them. They each have 1 hit point, but there is an entire army of them, and
they're
they
coming
are
up
all
the
going up the
stairs.
stairs.
Are we
They're all
allowed
going up the stairs.
Attack them as a collective.
So they're trying to
just.
just.
The podcast I listen to does cleave mechanics where you can just like go through all the ones you can like reach with your attack.
Yeah, that's cool.
Because if they only have 1 hit point.
You deal damage to the next. But it's like you
Absolutely.
can't like keep running. It's like if you take a swing, you can go through like.
Yeah. No, I like that. We can do that. So they're essentially going to dash up the stairs so that they can get up to you guys pretty much like and start attacking you next turn. But they're not able to attack you yet. Next in the order is defense attorney.
So defense attorney is still texting, and I'm going to read what he was texting. So he texted his ex-wife and said, "Hey, I'm actually Nick Wars and very much alive. Our daughter was just killed by Palpatine." She responds, "What the fuck?" He says, "Can you send someone?" She says, "On my way."
Cool. Is he sticking around?
No. Right?
Yeah!
Ray! You did not!
Holy shit!
Ray, is defense attorney sticking around?
No. So there's a back door behind these storm. No, the stormtroopers have gone up the stairs, right?
They have.
Correct. They have.
Yeah. No. Celestar walks into this room. It takes a good 15 seconds to stare at her daughter dead on the floor. The defense attorney and goes, "We're leaving."
He goes, "Yes, we are," and follows her out of the room.
Wait, she's not gonna stay and kick Palpatine's ass?
No.
She's gotta assemble her band of 7 evil X's.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. She's gotta go assemble the 7 evil X's for the next one shot.
Cool.
Before
Oh my
Scylla
god,
leaves,
Scylla.
Brian looks up at
Scylla.
her and winks and says, "Get my wife." And then
He's on the floor, like,
presumably,
choking out
I can do
Palpatine. He's
that.
like, "Get my wife."
Get my wife!
"Get my wife."
You will, Brian. Don't worry.
Yeah, no, they leave.
Oh my god, the reveal is so fucking good.
That one shocked me so bad that I started speaking Italian. I don't know if you noticed that.
I didn't catch that.
Boo! Next is Palpatine.
R.I.P. Brian Chad.
So-
R.I.P. Brian Chad.
R.I.P.
Will
Brian
be
Chad.
missed so dearly.
We don't know he's not dead yet.
Yeah, he's not dead yet. Sure.
Love
So-
that
Like
voice
that
from Eddie.
voice.
That's what you always want to hear.
He's not dead yet. Sure.
Yeah.
Hey, don't think
Brian
Yeah.
Chad was just mad that he went missing and then he came back and then some 20-year-old man was married to his wife and taking care of his, or not even taking care of her, just in his family.
Oh my god.
And being generally awful. Also cheating on her.
Yeah.
I
think.
Yeah. I think Palpatine, having been like fucking grappled and whatever, is going to
Palpatine doesn't even remember being there. Just honey. He's like, who the fuck are you?
begin to cast, because you had said like that thing about Sunny, and because he only knows you as Brian Chad, so I think being grappled, he goes, "I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ.
I think you're going to have to be a little more specific than that." And he is going to cast Enervation on Brian Chad, which essentially he's gonna start trying to drain your life force. So I would like you to roll me a deck save.
That's a 13. 6 plus 7.
That will not save. So
Oh no.
you
Lord, oh my god.
feel that like as you're like holding on to this person, you just feel yourself start to get weaker and something in you is just leaving.
Say that while Palpatine is doing this, Brian Chad, because he's still on his Brian era, looks at Palpatine and he goes, you know what? Take my life. You've already taken my family. And then does finger guns at him.
Oh my god.
Jeez, Louise.
Brian Chad literally having his life force seeped out of him.
Yeah, so you take 24 points of necrotic damage.
Yeah.
And you had made this you already took my family, whatever. And he's like, again, I have done a great many things to a great many people, so I really would need you to be more specific. And he's gonna essentially just kind of take you away and start walking up the stairs. And the spell that he cast on you is a concentration thing, and it will continue to go.
Oh my god.
So he just leaves you there on the ground and starts to go up the stairs.
Oh my god.
So that's his turn. Next in the order is Lorne.
Great.
Women in STEM.
Women in STEM time.
Women in STEM.
You guys got this.
For anybody who missed my acronym in the call chat.
Yeah, Women in Star Wars Emotional Meltdown. That sounds about right. Lorne is going to... What's a fun Star Wars way to make a sword? Because she doesn't have a lightsaber, she can't use the Force.
To the person in the chat.
You pronounce it.
Vibroblade.
Vibroblade. Yes, I know what you mean by that. Yes, that's definitely what she's got.
Yeah.
I'll just give it rapier stats.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So,
yeah, that works.
She's going to cleave at the stormtroopers.
Badass. Go for it.
15 plus 6, 21.
You're able, like, easily enough. I think you do one of those, like, cool things where, like, you stab one of them and then you, like, fucking flip the blade around and then stab another one this way.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And they're just, like, fucking falling as they're, like, starting to come in. Next up is Nova.
Women in STEM.
So,
Women in STEM.
I don't have anything I can use for cleave. Could I like take stress or take damage to use my information overload as a cleave?
Yes. Yes. How would you like to do that?
Just like really overexert myself, I guess, overextend and try and cleave with. So that takes a spell slot. How many are left?
If you like run down if you leave the center and like run down one of the bridges,
I'll go down the fucking
there's
stairs.
just a whole fucking pack of people. Yeah, no,
I'll
absolutely.
There's
a fuck ton of them in the stairway right now. Like there's a lot of them in the stairway right now.
I'm gonna try and get as many, close to as many as I can within 60 feet.
Absolutely.
And then I'm gonna do one of my second level spell slots for Mind Sliver, and then that means I get
hell yeah.
D6. So that's 10, 16, 18.
18, yeah.
And how much damage and or stress do I take?
You take
Could do math.
6 points of psychic damage as like you extend your like artificial mind thing out and just fry a bunch of these stormtroopers. I think you probably take out like 15 guys just like drop. Just you see just a pile. You see that Nova stands in the middle of these people, and then a pile of 15 bodies just drop to the ground around her. And she's just standing there and like fucking holding her head.
Yeah, I've got like a nosebleed. Like
yes, all the works. The works.
Women in STEM.
Women in STEM.
None
next
of us are in STEM.
up. No, we're not.
None of us are in STEM.
Next up is Brian Chad, who is
He's still alive.
actively being
He is not having a good time.
So, he is still technically alive. Sydney, I
Yeah.
don't think this is what this is used for. But am I right to assume that Palpatine, his like force lightning, is gonna count for regular like zap damage?
The thing he's actively using on you is a necromancy spell. His force lightning would be lightning.
He didn't get zapped then. Oh man.
No, you're having life force drained out of you. As one does.
Oh, this still
Like a
applies.
Pokemon.
I don't know if it still
Thanks,
applies,
Ray.
but it does say it's a level 1 spell called Absorb Element, and the spell captures incoming energy, lessening its effect on you, and storing it for your next melee attack. It does not say necrotic damage on it, but
Yeah, this is a necromancy thing.
well, damn.
Is that your whole turn then, Ryan?
If I can move past Palpatine, I have a move I can use, but other than that, yeah.
Probably not. You're prone, so you'd have to use half your movement to stand up, and he's already kind of on the way out. So, next up is Vita.
Women in STEM.
Let's just
Okay.
take for that
Women
turn.
in STEM.
That's gonna be the new vocal stim for the night, guys. So she's gonna basically just try and take out as many as she can with like one giant hit. And I will tell you right now that it is 10 feet reach. So anyone within 10 feet of her as she does that will get hit. Does a 16 hit?
Yup.
Hell yeah! Okay, so they're gone because it's one hit point. There's no point. They're gone.
Yep. So I would say that with like a swing, you could probably take out 4 of them.
Cool, I'm gonna do that again because I get 2 attacks. Oh, would you look at that? It's a 19.
Ooh.
Hell yeah. Yep. Boom.
Okay.
So you definitely like one swing around, and then another one, like the rest of them kind of start to charge in after you. Another
Bam.
one down the pit.
Down the pit.
And you're kind of looking over your shoulder, and you see that the bar is up to 25% right now.
Cool.
So it is the stormtroopers' turn. Which like they're
I'm
not
standing in the middle of
good.
them.
Yeah, you are. You are standing. Ooh.
That was a calculated move. I'm good if I get shot to death.
Yeah.
I knew I could
So-
wipe out a big chunk.
You did. I will say that unfortunately, they're not great at hitting, but there are so many of them
Yeah,
Kind of
sometimes.
on all
Someone's gonna
sides.
hit.
that someone's gonna hit. How are you? How are you looking on health?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Oh god.
From amongst the army,
Mhm.
you take 57 points of damage.
Yeah, I think that'll do it.
No.
Nova!
Not the women in STEM.
So,
Someone send the
Nova-
character down.
Send the character
Robin,
down.
character down.
I think as
Born in Vita now.
so what happens
It's
is
just us.
what happens is in this stairway,
Oh god, Pip.
Nova is in like the center, and all of these people just drop around her. And the ones that are remaining here, I think you took out a solid chunk of their forces, but you're in the way right now, and they spend their action standing there and just fucking berating you with blaster fire until
they
you
don't
just
fire on
collapse
anybody
to
else?
the ground.
OMG.
For this round,
is
they
that
do
a,
not.
Is that a mechanism? Is that a mechanisms reference?
It
Someone play Hellfire.
my god. But yeah, you collapse to the ground in a burning heap of blaster
Lane
fire.
just whispering,
Uh,
Cindy, check your DMs.
And they hold on. Jesus Christ.
Me
Oh
and
god,
Lane are the
everyone's
last
fucking
two
DMing me.
standing.
I
The two characters who hate each other the most are the last two standing. You can't make this shit up.
This is so good.
Oh, uppers, what did we say?
Oh, I don't like the face Sydney's making.
So,
Do I have a
yeah.
yes for what I sent you?
Yeah.
I don't like this. I don't like this.
Okay.
So, fuck, that really hurt. Okay, so, Nova is down. But they did spend their whole action just shooting the shit out of her, so they don't fire on anyone else. That takes us to...
Oh no, it's Palpatine.
It's gonna be Palpatine, isn't it? Someone put as the world caves in under this shit.
Somebody start playing.
So,
Really fast.
Yeah.
What's the status on the article? Because several of us missed it. If it was ever said,
right.
Oh, let's do it.
So, on like the upload. Yeah. So, I think after Nova's round, it ticks up another 10%. It's at 35 right now.
Okay.
So
we just have to last long enough to get it up.
Goes 10.
Yeah.
I'm
So
like nauseous. I'm so scared right now.
Same.
I'm so afraid.
No.
Oh, boy.
Okay, it's every time someone takes a turn. If it's every time someone takes a turn, it should be way more than 30.
right, it's not that. It's not that.
But what if you let it be that?
Yeah. Hey, Sydney. What if it could be
Uh-huh.
like
I wrote
65?
in
Maybe
time.
75?
Uh-huh.
What if it was at 75?
There's only two people left, Sydney.
This article, guys.
Sydney, I wrote a whole article
Yeah.
during that, and if I don't get to have it be posted, I will
Trust
cry.
me. Trust me.
Oh my God.
10 every. Yeah. We'll stick with 10 every thing, I think.
Turn.
Cool.
Okay. Can we get it more than 35 then? Because it's been 2 whole rounds of combat since it started uploading.
Yeah, be at least 50.
Sydney, I'm literally on my knees.
Sydney,
No,
Lorne is his fiance. Be nice to him.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's Palpatine's turn.
Sydney, I'll break up with you. Fine. Oh my God.
hold on. Let me get
It's
Lou,
Palpatine's
let's
turn.
hold hands.
So,
Not Lou, Lane, and Lou. Guys,
Wait,
hold
wait,
hands
hold
with me.
I'm
so
holding
he's
your
gonna
hand.
auto do.
Did you hear it?
Yes.
No, I'm actually gonna cry.
Oh my God.
Brian Chad, auto takes 18 more points of necrotic damage.
Oh.
He has already taken 10 last turn, so I'll add another 8, right?
No, 18 more.
18
Okay.
more.
Well,
Are you still up?
he's like 1.
One hit.
I do.
So,
I have one
That's
action.
what-
for him. It has nothing to do with combat.
okay, so what happens is he's not even like. Yeah, I think, yeah, he would still be down, like, preoccupied with you. Basically waiting for you to die or for someone to kill you. So, like, he's holding focus, like, basically just, like, fucking draining you. And yeah, he wants you to die, basically.
Can I? Okay.
And it would be your turn, so let's just do this.
Sure. So with his final action, all of his final actions, all 3 of them, because we're in the grassland. Brian Chad stands up, and he walks up the steps, and he lays down next to Rey Stayr-Waiures because he feels bad that her parents weren't there, and he misses his son. And with that, Brian Chad, it hits 1 hit point.
Thank you, Brian Chad. I love you so much.
Brian Chad.
Or he has
He
3
what?
chances to save.
No, I'm actually crying.
So wait, is he still up?
Nope. He is. Well, he has 3 crit failures till he dies, but he's down. That is it for Brian Chad.
Brian
Goddamn.
Chad!
Okay.
It's next to Ray.
He lies next to Ray.
And I think,
And Sexton just
for-
his dad
Oh
more.
my god.
I'll have Palpatine start with like the movement that he would have been doing. He watches you do that, and he just walks by, and he looks at you laying down next to Ray. Doesn't say anything, and he just goes up the stairs. It is, and the
I'm crying.
bar goes up
I'm also
to,
like,
and the bar goes up to, that was 2 turns, so the bar goes up to 55%.
God, Brian's death is gonna haunt me forever, I think, actually.
It was so sad! Oh my god!
That was so sad!
Fucking got all of these characters
incredibly
back.
okay, so
Oh, Matt.
Oh my god, okay. We can do this, we can do this.
And now,
we can
it
do we
is
just gotta, we have to.
Vita's turn.
So Vita sees the door just being flooded with stormtroopers, and she looks at the intern, and she realizes the mortality of her. I'm crying. She realizes the mortality of this moment, and she really quickly turns over to where the article is, and she like types something real quick. She just kind of does something, and then she like takes out her. I'm assuming that's an action, so she only has 1, and then she just rolls to try and hit again the people, and she only has 1 this time. But she's gonna roll for the whip thing again. It's over. It's 25 again. Yeah, she hits them. They're gone. They're dead.
Yeah, you take out another swath of them.
Take out another.
Down into
another
the pit.
Lane, you better not have done what I think you just did.
Anyway,
Kind of looks and nods at the intern with like her weapon in hand.
65%.
65%. Fuck. 4 more turns.
How are you both? Have either of you been hit?
No.
I've been hit once.
I haven't been hit yet.
Okay. So the stormtroopers are gonna take a round and do some.
I am going to use my reaction to uncanny dodge on this though.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I think these were the best 2 characters to be the last 2, but also holy fuck.
Oh, absolutely. Holy fucking shit.
No, dude, I love my kid so fucking much. Brian Chad's death is gonna haunt
Brian
me.
Chad's death is going to haunt me forever.
I'm gonna like gather them all into a circle and be like,
When he lies down next to Ray Star Wars.
I'll never be over that. That was so.
hold on, I'm gonna Discord message my kids real quick.
Hey, do you remember a week from today
I
when
will
we
be
did
fucking
comedy?
drawing that because
Yeah, you guys remember when Jar Jar Court was a comedy?
So, anyway, Lauren.
Whatever the damage
And you're doing
is,
uncanny-
she takes
and
half.
You're doing uncanny dodge.
She takes half.
Okay.
And I also still have my temp HP.
Hey, water.
Okay, so you take 15 points of damage.
Yep, okay.
How are you
What's
doing?
what's your AC, Vita?
What's 15?
13.
You take 20 points of damage as more of them as like it's you're taking out a lot of them, but at this point they're coming in from all sides, and they're really swarming you. And I believe that's 75%.
75%.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's 75%.
3 turns left.
Oh my god.
Um,
She's still standing. She definitely still has a good chunk of hit points. She's
It's
Not-
Palpatine's
not a
turn
lot.
now, isn't it? It's Palpatine's turn now.
Palpatine's turn now.
Oh god. Lane, hold my hand. Lane, hold my hand.
I'm holding her hand all the way across the fucking Pacific Ocean.
Can I get a free action in between turns to say that Vita and the intern have started holding hands?
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, they're holding hands. They're
Okay.
holding
Yeah,
Sorry.
weapons in hand. They're holding
Yeah,
hands.
so you're taking blaster fire from all sides, but you're keeping that machine alive, and you're holding each other's hands so tight. And no matter how many times you get hit, neither of you release your grip. And then you see that, again, all of the stormtroopers from the main stairway and down the main bridge begin to clear out, and they salute as the Emperor walks into the room.
Yeah.
And he
I didn't think that would actually make a noise.
to walk right down the center of the bridge to whoever's closest to him.
You know what happens?
Yeah.
The second that the stormtroopers clear out and Palpatine starts walking down, Lorne moves to stand in front of Vita, still like holding her hand behind her back, but she moves and like tries to block Vita from him.
And as she does that, very slowly, you see the Emperor walk down the bridge. And he says, I really think you should have taken my deal earlier.
No, I really don't believe that I should have.
I think she made the right choice.
I'm not talking to you. And he looks back at Vita.
The intern looks over her shoulder and mouths, "I'll be fine," to Vita.
She squeezes her hand so hard.
And you see that once again, his packed weapon summons in his hand. It's not lit, it's just the handle. And he twirls it around. And he goes, I really wish it didn't have to come to this.
It was going to anyway.
Right.
Lorne's hand is literally like holding Vita's and shaking so badly.
Vita's just like standing her ground. She's holding on to Lorne's hand, and she's just like looking at him like dead in the eyes. She's standing her ground, holding on to her friend.
He walks up to her and he nods. He turns the lightsaber on and goes through her chest. And takes 20 points of damage.
She's still alive, but barely.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah. And he says, please don't make me do this.
There's no other choice.
And I'm sorry, Munyip. Keep soaring. And he stabs her again.
How much does she take?
19 more points.
Watching this, and it's just the rest of us going in the background.
19 more points.
The intern falls to the ground dead, and what she had been holding in her other hand that wasn't Vita's was one of the pieces of mail that she'd taken from the office. A birthday card.
And he looks down, and he crouches down, and he picks up the card, and he looks at it. And he reaches into his cloak, and he takes out a tiny little glass figurine of a munyip, and he puts it in her limp hand, and he wraps her fingers around it, and then he throws the card down the pit. 85%.
85%.
Vita feels Lorne's hand go limp in hers, and she lets go of it and lets it fall to the floor. And she stands up and she looks at Palpatine, and she sighs and she says, I have wanted nothing more in life than to use words for good and to show people the truth of things. That's all I've wanted, and that's all I've worked for. I've spent my whole life getting to where I am, and to getting to this moment where I know the truth of things. And I'll tell you right now, that article is getting out there. The truth is getting out there, and if it's not from my voice, it's from someone else's. Because that's the power of everything. And that's the power of words. That's the power of journalism. That's why we're here. And you can kill me. You can kill my friends. You can kill everyone. But someone out there is going to take you down. I can feel it. And if it's not me, though God, I hope it is, I am not going to die sitting. I am going to die fighting you to get that out there. And she takes out her crossbow and aims for his head.
Roll attack.
And does a 25 hit your Palpatine? I cannot make this up.
Oh my god!
It does. It does hit.
Does a 25 hit your Palpatine fucking hell?
And it's 1d8 plus 3. Okay. Okay, you're gonna take 8. It's not a lot, but you took 8.
You fire your crossbow. It kind of starts to sink into his chest, and it stops. You see that he is holding out a hand in some way that, like, it doesn't pierce all the way through as it would, but it goes, and he feels that pain, and he bleeds, and he couldn't stop all of it, and you made your mark. 95%.
95%?
And as the stormtroopers take their final turn and begin to descend all the way, finally, from all sides, they're putting all their fire onto you.
Fucking bring it.
You take 35 points of damage. Are you still up?
What? Am I? She's on 1.
Hey, does that make it 100%?
Hold on. Okay. What happens is the stormtroopers come in from all sides. You're the only target left. And you're doing what you can. Your blade is, your whip is swinging out at all sides. You're taking out them, but they're bam, 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 bam. You fall to your knees. And with the last shred of energy that you have left, you're not quite down. And you look up, and the bar creeps the last 5%. And the screen turns green. And you know that going out to every device every channel, every website,
I'm gonna send this again.
everything in the galaxy is
Can I
an
read it?
article,
Can I read it? I have it right
and
here.
you can read it.
All right.
We did it.
Palpatine and Beak's Expose by Lorne the Intern Killian. Emperor Palpatine and Governor Binks are not who you think they are. They had an illicit affair that led to the birth of a son, Elisa. When Jar Jar died, he was then revived and lost his soul. He spent 18 years in a loveless relationship with Palpatine, feeling nothing as he was soulless. Jar Jar was never fit to be our governor. He felt nothing at all for his lover, child, or the people of Naboo. We as the people deserve better from our leaders. Palpatine ignored his own son, leaving him to be raised by a soulless husk. Palpatine also never noticed the missing soul of his lover. Is this the kind of leader we deserve? Someone who is so self-absorbed in his own selfish desires that he ignored his so-called love and cannot even recognize when his partner is missing as something as vital as a soul. Jar Jar, the man we once thought to be a pious man of the people, a pure and loving soul, is actually someone who had a child outside of wedlock and hid it. He then proceeded to raise this poor boy with no soul. Could this not be seen as some form of child abandonment and reckless parenting, depriving a child of a loving parent? His soul was stored away in a common mason jar and hidden on his home planet. Palpatine then hired other people to find his lover when Jar Jar was found missing. That's right, he couldn't even take it upon himself to look. He had thousands of soldiers, and yet he hired a group of 6, 2 of which who were minors, to do the work as he supervised them. Why not get your soldiers to do this work? Why hide it from the government? Why would he go behind the back of the Empire and hire a group of inexperienced travelers to search for Jar Jar with him? Why is he so ashamed of him and Jar Jar's love? Can we really trust a man who hides so much to rule our galaxy? I think not. Palpatine was also caught on tape at a security camera from a now burned down Jar Jar's pizzeria asking Eliza to join the dark side. This child he had only just met was asked to join him in a military force. It should be also stated that Palpatine did not reunite with Eliza on his own accord. He never knew about this child. Jar Jar did not tell Palpatine about their child. All 3 of them were in the same room as he was forced to. An extremely selfish act from Governor Binks. Not only did he not raise this child in a home that can only be seen as some form of reckless abandonment and deprivation of needs, but to deny him of meeting the other father. Eliza Palpatine was raised by a soulless man who couldn't give him the full love of a parent when he needed it, and then went around to hide the other parent from him. What heartless monster would know that he was incapable of fully loving and caring for a child and still refuse to let the other father have custody of this poor innocent boy? I ask you, people of Naboo, of our empire, who is it that we want leading us? People who hide their lives and have a plethora of home life issues and secrets, who can't properly communicate with those they love. Are these the ones we want leading us? I think not. Rise up and no longer be dormant against the corporate masses. Rise up against the corrupt and join the resistance where leaders actually care about you and those you love.
Oh my god.
And across
That is sent out to everyone.
Benissime.
and bit of everything that Vita has. She knows that she won. And Palpatine. Is there something else that you want to do?
She looks
because it is
Palpatine.
about to be Palpatine's turn.
Oh no, I know. I'm gonna do something. She's bleeding, and this woman who has so much of her life, she spends so much of her life caring about appearances, caring about how she looks, sits there, just bloodied. Her hair has fallen out, her tie has fallen out, and she looks at him, and she looks at the ding of the article and says, "The truth is out there. The people know what they want. I've done my job. I hope you learn how to do yours or suffer the consequences."
Shame. So young, so idealistic, and so wasted. And he raises his lightsaber and strikes her down. She falls down the pit, dead.
Oh my god.
And he shuts off the blade and dismisses it. And he looks down at the body of his adopted daughter, Lorne Killian. And he just stares for a second. He shakes it off, and he goes back downstairs.
And defense attorney's downstairs waiting on him. And he goes,
He's back?
He goes, did you do it? Did you kill her? You killed her? You threw away her life for a son you didn't know. The man who didn't love you for 18 years. There's hell to pay now. You killed both of my kids. And leaves.
You never gave a shit about her, and you fucking know
Neither
it.
did you. Neither did you.
And behind them, on the steps lying dead, is Brian Chad holding on to Ray.
I'm sorry. You come to me despairing that I never gave a shit about our kid for someone new, when someone new and shiny came along. The fuck do you call that? And he points over at Ray Star-Waiures.
I tried to protect her. I did everything I could. I tried to get her out of here. She wouldn't listen.
All I'm
I
saying
stayed with her
is,
till the end. I stayed with her until the end. You killed your own daughter.
I was there.
You stabbed her through the heart. How's that any better?
I did what had to be done.
You didn't
I
have
didn't.
to do that. You didn't have to do that.
You know I did.
You didn't. You could have let her live. What was she gonna
When
do?
did you decide to give a shit? When was that?
I always cared. I did. You treated her like a joke.
I don't remember being the one laughing those years ago. That was you. You were the one who said, "That's not our fucking kid, right?"
She stayed with me more than she ever stayed with you. I raised her. She stayed with you on weekends. Gave her a life.
She was not a suitable heir. I loved her, but she didn't fill the purpose that I needed her to.
So you killed her? Couldn't have just let her live? Let her live her life?
She
wouldn't have
could
thought
have
of it.
chosen to live. She chose to die instead. She chose to die for whatever this righteous little cause she decided to get herself caught up in. For the
But she
boss
cared
who
about him.
probably also never really gave a shit about her.
Yeah, she found a cause and cared about it. She did
And she
something
died
better
for
than
it.
you.
And I let her die for it. She got to have a moment.
Well, I guess that makes her better than both of us. I don't know who
suppose
made
so.
her that great woman, but it wasn't us.
It sure as hell wasn't us. Well, I have an issue to go resolve. So, if you'll excuse me. He starts to walk out.
See you around, Palpatine.
See you around defense. And he walks on the door. And I think that's where we're going to call it for the night.
Yeah, you better. The fuck?
So how do we feel about this session, guys?
Yeah, how do we... What's our emotions besides absolutely distraught?
So while we're still streaming, if you want more angst and pain,
I
pictures right now.
see all of us yelling intensely at Sydney, Bobby, and Florian about whatever the fuck they just pulled. Subscribe to our Patreon.
Yeah. Subscribe to our
Yay.
Patreon. We love you.
probably-
Goodbye.
So yeah, it's been... Thanks for watching the first time I ever streamed a one-shot.
I'm gonna kill you.
Goodbye.
Cry on
Mwah, mwah.